Hello, everyone. I'm back. This is part of two of a stream that started yesterday. And then also we're gonna look at some stuff about Nirvana if you were there for the first one, or you can go back and watch the first one. P. Diddy's bodyguard was saying he was an avid shopper of. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't. I had to go bug my kid, so she probably wants to choke slam me right now. I couldn't think of anything quick except that "Come as You Are." Um, but anyway, yeah, that would have been an interesting something. Hey, Days, what's up? I've been up. I know I've been up all the night, all the hours. We saw Frankie earlier for a minute. She didn't stay long. Well, she could be watching. Hey, Frankie, if you're watching. But I'm glad to see you over here. We had we had BH. He came up here. We were just all talking, but he sang a couple of songs, and then he played some songs from a relative of his. Really cool. And other than that, just we've been having people come up that we've never had come up here. No, this is all new for me, period. But I guess having people come up on panels so I can learn what I'm doing. And 3. Davis took me on as a project to help me out. And 3. Davis took me on as a Why are you
project. Oh, hold on. It's because my TV is playing and glaring. And
3. Okay.
Days.
I hate
Put
my
me
voice.
on the spot, baby. Come on up. I will be totally quiet. I will not say anything. Just have a little combo real quick,
What?
It's like a shout out for Mermaid, Hold on. Here I am. Woo!
Okay.
You got to respect the new creator environment, Come on, baby. Come on.
Well, I'm so glad. I'm glad that
she's even here. That's
thank you
nice.
So much. You're very sweet. And Dazed always sends me a good morning every morning. That's something consistent I do have in my life. So I do appreciate that, Dazed, a lot. And Dave.
Yeah, there was
Dave
some
said
the subs were coming and they came strong. So she got 150. Now we're kind of bouncing around that 151-ish,
Yeah, we need some cushioning for our 150.
Yeah, a little cushion would be nice. But I mean, I will drop down if you would just come up and just have a little baby coffee morning. Hello would be so cool.
What time is it? Because I know she goes live later. 10. 1, 2, 3. You go live in about
or not. No pressure. Sorry,
I'm not sure. Yeah,
that live I was on was really cool. I thought that was a really great karaoke live.
Yeah, that was Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was Friday night. Yeah.
And you are definitely valued by me, Dazed. And I know it's not just me; it's several people. Let me put the belly button on this doll real quick. Okay. Are you doing another creator doll?
Let me put the belly button on this doll. So you make dolls? My grandma was like an avid doll maker. She was making ornaments for.
She made she made a creator doll of White Rabbit.
Really?
Oh wait, this is different. This is Rabbit's birthday present, but she did a contest, and I think Crazy Chicken Lady won. And you got to pick whoever your favorite creator was, and she would make the doll to go with it. And she made one, and I think Crazy Chicken Lady picked Rabbit, so that was probably a little bit easier since you know Rabbit. But this is one you're doing for Rabbit, so I can only imagine it could be anything. Is it a surprise? Oh, I'm gonna find out.
Hey, oh, let me put the camera back on. This is Rabbit's birthday present. It's a rabbit doll.
Oh, okay. It's different than Chicken Ladies that you.
Yes, it's a different pattern, but the doll's bigger. Hold on, I'll show you the body and what I'm working on right now.
Well, and her hair's different. I can tell. Like,
yeah. See, here's her body. It's kind of like I can't even. Oh, there we go. Now I'm putting the belly button on now.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, just respect-wise, like for the effort, that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you have a picture of your the one you did, the finished one? That's really cute.
You know what? I don't.
I know it's somewhere on your page.
It probably is. Actually, yeah. Let me go look. I've actually done a baby Lulu doll. I made a doll for Lulu's little girl after I did Crazy Chicken Ladies, and after I get Rabbits done, I will be making a doll for Forrest doll, because that's what he asked for. But his birthday's in November, so I've got plenty of time to work on that one. It's not going to be as big as this, because this doll's taken me way longer than I thought it would take.
Well, it's because you're putting a lot of, extra love and care into it. I mean, I totally understand. I know you want to surprise, because you're going to get to give it to her, right, in person.
No, unfortunately not. She'll actually be watching me she'll actually be watching me crochet it, because I don't think I'll get it finished before I get up there, because there's clothes and shoes, and this doll actually has a pattern for a bunny rabbit that goes with it. That's the reason I chose this pattern, because rabbit,
Well, she'll probably enjoy getting a package anyway, unboxing that whole thing. That's always fun. But she gets to unbox you whenever you come. I guess if y'all end up going live, that would be cool.
Yeah, we generally go live quite a few times. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do Friday karaoke. It just depends on how I feel, because it is vacation. So I'm going to take my setup up there because it's portable. Because I only have a laptop. I don't have a big PC.
Yeah, I definitely would take one of, the two of that weekend off so that you could enjoy. I mean, because that's like a very rare time that you're getting to actually be there with her,
Yeah. Well, I'll see. If I do Friday, I'm not going to do Sunday, because I do go live this evening or this afternoon for karaoke as well. Yeah. And I wanted to tell you something. I know that you like to feature karaoke, but don't make, as far as your channel, if you're wanting to monetize your channel and stuff like that, do other things as well. Because I know they took my monetization away because all I do is karaoke.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I had heard, someone told me one night on here, and I said, well, I'm not really, trying to do that, but I'm not even really sure what direction I'm all going anyway right now. I got on here because I really kind of didn't know everybody, there was a lot of arguing and stuff going on. I didn't want to get all in, and I just came over here and decided to start doing stuff over here again. I hadn't posted in a while.
There's baby Lulu. That's baby Lulu.
So cute. Is she old enough to appreciate it? I wasn't sure. Like, was she able to look at it and be like, oh, like me?
Oh, yeah. She, according to Lulu, she sleeps with it at nighttime. So she loves that dolly.
Wow, that's a lot of effort right there.
And she'll always remember that, that's super special.
I was trying to find the picture. I'm sorry. I know it's scrolling. I'm trying to find the picture real quick of Rabbit's doll, because there it is.
There it is, yeah.
A definite difference in between dolls. this one, oh, this one I just rooted the hair straight onto the doll. I didn't make like a wig cap. Gosh, it's really hard to navigate.
Yeah, there we go.
And she's got her overalls on, and the jacket's supposed to be a flannel, but that captures the essence of Rabbit, you know. And of course, I made her the Birkenstocks, which you can't see, but I made Birkenstocks for her. After I finished that doll, though, it didn't take me long to make any of the other dolls, because I actually made one for a girl at work too, for her little girl. She wanted a dolly. And that's what I'm going to do for Christmas presents this year. I'm not going to, hey, Kim, I'm not going to
Oh yeah, hey, what's
buy
up?
presents. I'm just going to
Days, can I ask you how long it took you to make that one? Or, you know,
creator
how many
doll.
hours? It has to take hours. Yeah, that's the effort.
Sure. For the creator dolls, it's probably around, well, it took me, like, Rabbit's doll took me the longest, right? It took me about a month, but that was coming in and working on it a few hours of the night. Like, I would get like a row or two done a night, and then on the weekends I would just try to pound it out. After I worked on her doll, they were usually taking like 10 to 12 hours, which is not
That's
long.
crazy. I'm not that patient of a person. I mean, I can imagine that. Like, are you watching like TV and shit while you're like doing that? My grandma tried to teach me crocheting, and I know that's effort.
Yes, I definitely am watching YouTube. A lot of the times when y'all see me in a comment section of another person's live, I'm usually crocheting.
Wow.
I've been around it my whole life, right? My mom used to crochet. She could pump out a blanket in a week, and that was with her working full time. I'm like, Mama, how do you crochet so fast? She's practice. But she was left-handed, so she couldn't teach me. I just had to watch how she did it and do it my own way, right? It completely self-taught with the crochet and knit, because I do knit as well. Not as frequently, but crochet's fun. I just like watching it come, watching
Yeah,
it.
the build.
Yes, and just thinking, whatever you're creating comes from one single strand of yarn, like it's one continuous strand of yarn. Like, that blows my mind too. Like, how can you? I don't know. It's just amazing.
I hear it. I hear what you're saying.
I would love to know who would actually sit down and thought of the process of crocheting, because to me it's amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Anyone that gets something like that, dude, the effort is one thing, but the love is another. And it's definitely respect.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, if I got something
My
like that, I
grandmother
would
did that.
cherish
I
it.
could never.
Yeah, it would be endless cherishing. It would be like I would put that on my pedestal of just like awesome, like a trophy beyond trophies. So you're cool.
Is it like hard on your hands? Like, do your hands like start cramping up or hurting?
Surprisingly, no. Now when I wake up in the mornings, because I'm old, I'll be 50 this year, so my hands swell anyway, just from waking up in the morning time. But I get more strain put on my hands at work with what I do than crocheting. Because if you guys didn't know, I embroider for work. Like, I run a 6-head embroidery machine with 15 different colors.
Yep. I always like your fast things or your slow. How you do your shorts that are either going super fast or super slow.
Right.
I always like those every day. And Kim's, like when she does her scripture, like my goal is to be the first person to like it. And sometimes I make it, sometimes I don't, but I try.
Right. Well,
so Days, I'm curious, being that you're demonetized, do you like put up Cash App and stuff like that for?
Well, I do, but honestly, I only do YouTube as a hobby. It was always a hobby for me. initially I was never going to monetize my channel to begin with. It wasn't. I set out with the goal of not monetizing, even if I reach the goal, only because it's a hobby, right? For me, I
But don't you think that like the whole spreading the love type thing where people have the ability to give and you could maybe like retransition it to others that are really needy type thing?
well, yeah. I mean, my Cash App is always up, but for me personally, it's not about that. It's just it's legitimately it's a hobby. I love to sing, and it's my two passions, right? Wednesday night is Bible study. I love the Lord, and then the rest is karaoke. I legitimately like doing it.
What do you
Even
think about YouTube like demonetizing you for that though? I mean, I thought that live I was in, I appreciated everything that happened. I think it was really, really positive, like major pluses. And then you have other things that are going on that are like so negative and so controversial. It's like, why wouldn't you benefit the ones that are doing like the most positive things? And
right,
like,
no,
it's really a conundrum to me.
well, I mean, it's definitely a catch-22, right? It's you're kind of darned if you do and darned if you don't. The reason they unmonetized me was because, well, it fell under the umbrella of reusing other people's stuff
Hmm.
with
If it
no.
sounds too good, well, I
But
mean, if it was like super crappy, like karaoke, they would like totally, oh yeah, well, just another channel. But if it sounds good,
but I don't and I don't really know. I know that every time I do karaoke, I always get copyright claims, and that's fine. That was fine. I was okay with that anyway. Um, but I purchase a subscription for my karaoke app. Like I purchase the rights to use the karaoke app that I have,
wow,
and I think it's absolutely and I do have the right to appeal it, but I don't think I will, just because even when I began, I didn't want to monetize my channel.
that sucks. I mean, I feel like that's I don't know, maybe a fight to take on.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know that I have the time or the energy to even
It's a bummer.
get
I
her
mean, I
work.
would like to see you. I mean, if you're gonna like just like have the green team in there, I think that that would be cool. You know?
Right, right. And I get what you're saying. Um I feel totally blessed to just have like 20 people in my chat at any given time, right? I know that there's a plethora of other creators that have hundreds and thousands of people in their chat, but they're also doing the drama, which is something I refuse to even step in. I refuse to even acknowledge it. There's been several times this past month that I've been talked about, but I refuse to acknowledge it. I refuse to utter their name because you know what? I'm not giving them free advertisement. They can do it all day long and whatever they want to do, and they can talk about me all they want. I'm a big girl. As long as they keep it on YouTube, I'm totally kosher with it.
Yeah. Ignore, ignore, ignore. Like that's a great way to like run shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. If you like the moment you like you say you like acknowledge, you've like screwed yourself. You know.
That's it. That's it. And I'm just, and my policy has always been on YouTube, even before I had a channel. Um, like I don't run around defending people. Everybody here's grown, right? We're all grown, or we should be grown. And I can't see myself defending another person when they themselves, haven't said anything. I don't understand that. I just don't understand it. Hey, crazy chicken lady. Um, I just don't understand it. And I don't expect
Hey
anybody
girl,
else
what's
to
up?
defend me either. Like, I don't want anybody to defend me because your words are not going to be mine, right? They're just not going to be. Um, But I've always just been on that mindset, you know, if you ignore it long enough, they'll get bored because what they're seeking is a reaction.
So true.
You're so sweet, chicken lady. And look, Three Dot, you got another lady with the heart eyes after you. Mm-mm-mm.
Aw, so
And
sweet.
she is actually the one that won that drawing. You're right, Mermaid. She is the one that won the rabbit dolly.
I remember I was putting it in chat, and my little one, I had her, was like, get your computer, put it in chat. I was going to get you to make a Rose doll. And I was thinking that's going to be kind of interesting, challenging, like you could make her dancing or something. But that's at the time, that's what I was going to get you to do, is make a Rose doll.
Oh,
But that's how I met you, was in Rose's chat.
right. That's right, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, Rose would be epic. That would have been epic to make. You know, you'd have that little floppy hat thing that she always wears, and put some.
Yeah, see, my daughter watches her dance on TikTok, just the little sport dances. And so she was like, yeah, she was over there topping. She's hilarious. Like, that's my daughter that had the surgery. She's like my mini me. And she it's been weird that I've been on here like trying to kind of do more me stuff and not like have, I guess, have her think like she's got to be up on, be with me all the time, give her some freedom. Because I do like, come watch a movie with me, this, that, and the other. And so try not to be so needy and find my own, thing. So I don't know. It's all learning.
Absolutely, absolutely. And man, I miss you. I miss you being there. And I totally understand it. Right, life happens. But I wanted to.
I let BH sing last night on here, and I never did sing. I think he ended up singing like 4 or 5 songs, and I had to get him to share the screen because I have no idea. I just had to go get my kid and be like, "Hey, wake up a minute and start me a new live," because we had just gone as long as we could on that one. But anyway, she was nice and nice enough to do it for me. But I'm just gonna have to come to terms with the fact that it's fun. It's not gonna be perfect. I just get, how I am. I've already told you, I get so embarrassed when I do have time. I come in there, like, either if I come in late, I feel bad, like I'm hopping up there all of a sudden, like trying to jump in front of anybody. And then second, I don't want to sound like glitchy, and I'm going to. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. Whether you share or I share, it's my computer's just old, and it's just not going to be able to keep up with anybody's.
And see, that's, and I get where you're coming from. Totally get where you're.
And I shouldn't care. I should just be like, whatever. And I don't know how, but like, I watched BH do it last night, and he shared the screen. Forrest has come on here, like his was like a week ago, and he did it, and they did okay by sharing it. I don't know if it would have sounded as okay if I would have jumped in. I didn't test that, but I don't know. They both were able to do it over here, but again, they were doing it, so I don't know, because they have different equipment, obviously, as than me. I know Forrest has a microphone now, and BH has the whole shebang.
Yeah, he's
I hate stepping on these two beautiful ladies, but I have to say, hey, crazy chicken lady, hi, and I hug you back. And I want to say, Kim Maple, welcome, and hit that like, subscribe, dude. Freaking, let's try and make something happen here. And dude, I don't know. I think that the Days channel is awesome, and anyone here that's listening that doesn't know her, go there because it's a good vibe.
It's how I know. It's how I know. 1, 2, 3. Well, 4 people. Wait, I don't know, 3 or 4. I can't count this morning, but it's how I know all of you guys. I wouldn't have met any of you if it wasn't for Days channel. So I would have not known Kim or Crazy Chicken Lady. I would have known Dave still, kind of, sort of.
I guarantee you, if you go on Days channel and you're looking for a break from all the bullshit, that's the place to go.
Yep. And she makes that crystal clear in a
Sorry,
nice
Days,
way.
for like breaking in there.
Yep. So I gotta say I admire you for that, because only certain people can get away with that without people like getting snarky or whatever. And like you're just very like, listen, we're gonna all, have a good time. We're gonna have a peaceful time, and just if you want to be like that, that's great. But do it somewhere else, please. I mean, you just have a matter of fact. I'm not gonna be ugly. I'm just gonna be matter of fact. Take it elsewhere.
Well, yeah, I mean,
And
that's
I like that. You say it and you mean it,
for sure, for sure. And though these past couple of weeks, well, this past month, I've had a bunch of like trolls, and I'm like, wow, wow, and I get it, right? I was up on a panel supporting a friend, and because I was supporting a friend, and yeah, it got taken, well, how that goes.
You
People
took
just
sides,
group you in with everything, and it wasn't
right?
it wasn't a hit piece, so to speak. It was just like an opinion, how we seen it, whatever. It wasn't supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be about any one person, but they made it about themselves, that kind of thing. So, but
Yeah, no. What's her name? Same thing. Is like that was kind of like the thing back in the day. Was what's her name? I'm like I lost my train of thought, but Rabbit took sides back in the day, and that was controversial. She was like balancing that whole not taking sides, not talking about this one or the other, and she started taking sides, and that really kind of flipped around.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you can't stay on YouTube, or you can't be on YouTube, and well, I mean, you can. You're always welcome to your own opinion. Verbalizing your own opinion, though, sometimes will get you in trouble, which I just choose to not, other than the one live I did with my friend, because I felt like it was a discussion that maybe needed to happen, because a lot of
Yeah.
things have changed on this platform or in the community that we all find ourselves in. Things have changed. And I hope that they've changed for the better. All I can do is pray for them, and legitimately, that's what I do, is I pray for them.
Well, I've always thought that when someone is really not in it and they do get in it, that's when the point is made. To me, when someone decides to like finally jump in the jumper, I'm go, you know what? Screw you. I totally defend this or whatever is happening. I don't know what your situation is, but I do believe that when someone has a take, it perks people's ears up and go, well, maybe I'm wrong, or I'm right, whatever.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. And drama sells. It always has. It probably always will. Because people are attracted to a train wreck. I mean, that's just a fact.
Yeah. They want those trains on the same track and going at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. That's all they want.
For sure. For
And
sure.
see, I'm weird, but I don't know if it's someone I care about that I see involved in it. If I know me, I don't know. I've had to like just step out, because I knew if I said something, it's still going to keep going. I could say something 1,000,000 times. It wasn't. I hate to say this because it sounds like a cop out. It was just not my battle to really try to win. I would have loved to have.
No, but you're right.
It was hurting. It hurted me physically too. Like to watch. I just, it's hard. And so I can see how somebody who had nothing but good intentions to, love their friend could get involved in something with some people you don't even know. You've never heard of them, nothing. And then they're all, I mean, it is crazy, because I could look away from a train wreck, but I know you're right. A lot of people they're like, how do I get there? Give me the directions. I heard it.
Right. Where do I buy the ticket?
Yeah. And so I mean, you're 100% right. That's where everybody's getting, big views and whatever. But I can't stand to. I have secondhand hurt, embarrassment, all of the secondhand, and I hurt too bad for people. It physically starts hurting me, and so I mean, to be honest, I just kind of came over here by myself for a little bit, and then Dave found me over here talking to myself, and um, Forrest and Sippin came by one night, like we were on here really late, just talking, and we've just had a few little visitors here and there, kind of swoop through and trying to decide what to do and how to like keep it kind of music because that's what I'm interested in, but also like have a panel and let people talk if they want to about whatever.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I just, you know,
And it's going to be just whenever I feel like opening it and putting a notice out because I have to get I hate to say it for the moment anyway, till I learn. I have to get my kid to set up my live. It's her laptop, blah, blah, all that. All the mommy stuff comes first. But lately I've had the access to the laptop. It's that I still haven't learned how to do it. So that's why I've gotten to be on here a lot more is she's like actually given the laptop. Well, she not freely. She got in trouble. So she reluctantly gave me the laptop for I'm not sure how long. I haven't decided yet. But it's her extra. So she has her school one and this is like the spare. So it's mommy.
well, that'll work. That'll work.
Yeah, I can just learn a little bit, more about. Definitely, I have no clue about sharing screens or how to turn somebody's volume. And that what we said earlier.
Yes, it's the three dots beside my name down at the bottom, or anybody when
Three
they're
what?
The
Three
three
what?
dots. Yep. The three dots that you see, you just and it's very easy to kick somebody from the stream, and because I've done it, right? I've kicked people from the stream trying to adjust volume and stuff and that's so but you have to learn somehow.
Yeah, I see that now. Like, I think she had the lady that was up here. I don't think she had used like one of her devices before. Mine was up all the way, but I was gonna see if maybe she wasn't up on there, but I couldn't figure it out. But now I see where you're talking about. But I also see where you're talking about. You could very easily highlight that remove part.
I mean, they should actually fix that and move it somewhere else. I do.
I agree. Fully agree.
They've updated StreamYard so much that it's not even the same. Like it's not even visibly, it's not the same as it was when I first started. Like it's changed so drastically. Like all the buttons are different now, which I like it. They streamlined it, right? But they need to do something with the backstage a little bit, I think. But
Oh, hang on. 3 dot. Did I find an answer for Gypsy on your 3 dots? Oh well.
What?
Oh no, you and Gypsy and her must have talked about your 3 dots, and she said that's the answer, or she's asking if that's the answer. I don't know. I wasn't there, so no idea.
3 dots. Yeah, I'm not sure.
There's no telling what he might have said. Or
if you click on it, if you click on the comment, it'll highlight it up here so he can read it.
Oh yeah, let me. See if that. Okay, there we go.
So when I was in chat, Dazed, you said you were going on a journey. Did you do that already, or is that coming up?
I don't leave till Wednesday. I'm leaving work early on Tuesday to get my oil changed and get my house in order because I've got to clean and take out the trash and all the things because I won't be here for a week. No, it's next Wednesday or this coming up Wednesday. I'll be going to Kentucky. Woo-hoo.
That's what I was going to ask. Where are you headed?
Kentucky. I'm going to go and visit Rabbit and hang out for Hillbilly Days because it's such fun up there.
That's so cool. Are you guys going to like do a co-stream or,
Probably
make it a YouTube thing?
Probably. We did last year. So
fun.
And she'll probably be she'll be there when I do my live. So, we'll be in the same house. So
well, you guys should totally take advantage of that and get as much content as possible. You know,
Oh,
it's really cool when different streamers get together and do stuff.
oh, for sure, for sure. And I've got some ideas for TikToks too, some funny TikToks and YouTube Shorts. Because I won't have any, um, other than being at work Monday and Tuesday, I won't have any content for my shorts because I usually do like slow motion videos of the embroidery machine. I think it's neat just to see how it functions. Um, but yeah, I won't have any of that for a whole week. So yeah, I'm going to be making some content for shorts too, for sure. Oh, Crazy Chicken Lady said, "Remember why not 4 or 2? LOL."
Your dots, Dave.
I'm a little confused. I'm not sure. I mean,
It's kind of what you were saying earlier. You told your 3 dot story, but apparently
yeah,
on Gypsies, she wanted to know why not 4 or 2, why 3, and
yeah. That's an inside story with Jimbo. Or I don't know. I guess Jimbo's a really tainted name now. Jim from Dolly Vision.
yeah,
And I told that earlier on that last stream. So like, you'll click that view and check it out. If you can find it in like a 12-hour stream.
Yeah, he just doesn't go into the why there's 2 or 4 or what. Like he doesn't answer that, but
No,
that's
I
a good
did. I
answer.
totally answered it.
Did you?
But yeah, that was on your last live, but it's like 12 hours long. You got to like scan
No.
through. You'll never find it.
I remember
It's like a needle in a haystack.
I remember you answering the story, but you didn't go into why you had 3 dots versus 2.
Yeah, I did.
You?
You
Well,
missed
shit, I
it.
didn't answer. I didn't
You
listen to you
didn't
good
pay enough
enough.
attention.
I know. That's scary.
I totally explained it. It's so basic. It sucks.
Oh,
And
yes.
but I actually, I embrace. I am the
remember
3
now.
dots, like where you have to think. There's a thinking going on. I am that ellipses.
I remember.
That's my new thing. I'm gonna like make a new tangent.
Yeah, I like that. I like that one better than the real answer.
Yeah, the real answer sucks. It's really super stupid.
It's just basic. It is
But
what it is.
that's me. I embrace it.
What I came up with is totally more like rambling, basically, that you're not gonna stop. You're gonna get your point across.
I accept that one way better than my real story.
Yeah, I thought that. I mean, I told you for real.
But
The whole
Days
time.
is the subject here because she is the cool person on the panel. I'm just like this basic ass nothing. Come on, Days. Give us more stories. Let's go. How did you get into YouTube?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I started my channel as actually just little walk and talks during my lunch break to kind of decompress from work, on my lunch break. And then it morphed into letting others share their stories, whether they were traumatic or, just everyday stories, kind of like story times. And I quit doing that once I realized that others would take that information and use it against the people sharing their stories. And kind of morphed into what my channel is now, karaoke. So I was like, what am I going to do? Nobody wants to share their stories because they're afraid they're going to get attacked because of what they say. And, I'm like, well, I could do karaoke. I mean, I love karaoke, right? And so that's what I started doing. And I initially started with no soundboard, a janky microphone, and the karaoke app. And now I have a soundboard, which does help. It adds the reverb, which hides a lot of flaws when I sing. But, and then, Rabbit suggested a Bible study because we were doing, like me and Rabbit were doing Bible study over the phone. And I'm like, man, this is something YouTube needs, right? YouTube needs Bible study, or the people need Bible study. So that's how Bible study came to be. It was an idea morphed in from me and Rabbit doing Bible study, and now there's more people that come to Bible study than actually comes to karaoke, which is wonderful.
Yeah, that is cool.
I mean, independent on what you believe, right? I'm not trying to force it
Yeah,
on
you kind of
anybody.
know where I'm at, but I
Yeah.
mean, I totally embrace good people getting together and celebrating goodness. I mean, I'm like 100% behind you guys on that.
Right.
I'm
I
not
just,
against it at all. So
I
don't
just,
like, even though I'm like another way. I mean, I still like. I'm actually. I was kind of talking to Forrest. We were discussing stuff, and I want to go in there, but I feel kind of like a shy a bit. I feel like I might like make things different there, like change the environment because everyone knows kind of my take on it. So I
I
guess I would be
felt
more of like a, listening from the wings, like just kind of like a bush listener.
right. Well, everybody's welcome there, Dave. And if you have questions, feel free to ask them. That's the reason I do Bible study. And if I don't have the answer, if Forrest doesn't have the answer, and if not Crazy doesn't have the answer, we will research it and come back to you, because that's the whole reason. Because we're reading the Bible word for word, and we're discussing what we've gotten out of it, or it trails down to just other things, just
Yeah.
other things, Bible
I
related.
just feel like I would be a distraction, I guess, kind of.
Not at all. Not at all.
Me and Crazy Chicken Lady will hold ourselves back, and we won't be like having conversations with you in the chat. We will just say hi and carry on.
That a lot of times with Bible study, if I know that a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people's feelings because they feel like they're not being acknowledged. Um, that's one reason I made Forrest my co-host. Right, he has access to basically everything I do behind this, on StreamYard. So he can help me with highlighting comments, pulling people up and stuff like that. But a lot of times, because I have two monitors and I've got StreamYard in the middle on the laptop, and then I've got the Bible on my one screen that's directly across on my left side, and then I've got the other screen which is on my right side. But a lot of times I have to look at the screen that I've got YouTube on to actually see the comments, because my eyes are getting really bad, and I miss a lot. I miss a whole bunch during Bible study because I'm concentrating on, if Forrest is reading, I'm having to scroll down so he can read. Um, and I do apologize. That's not something I know that I need to acknowledge. But
I think you do a good job getting.
No shame in the game.
You do a good job to me getting just about everybody, and you usually say type it all in caps so I can see it.
Absolutely, I don't. And see, that's another thing, right? I don't understand these creators that get all but hurt when people type in caps. Man, that helps me see it. Like, I type in all caps because I can see it, right? I just don't understand that.
Well, it's because like the caps represent, I mean, it's obvious.
Yeah.
It's like screaming, but Days, do you like watch your StreamYard on TV?
Well,
like when you're like doing your StreamYard, do you actually like watch your own StreamYard on TV? Because it's clear as day for me.
No. It's my StreamYard's on the laptop screen, and then I've got YouTube playing on my right screen, and the Bible or the karaoke app on the other screen, depending on what I'm doing that day.
I mean, I have like a 4-foot TV that I watch. Like right now, I'm looking at chat on a big ass screen TV. Have you ever tried that?
No, but my computer's in the living room and my big TV's in the bedroom. But the TVs that I got, because I don't have like computer screen, like technically they're not computer screens; they're TVs. And I'm using them for. I've just got two 32-inch TVs on either
Mhm.
side hooked up to my computer.
Do you have a because like myself and Mermaid have like the Amazon stick, which is like hella cheap now. You can get a really really good one for like $30, right? And when you plug that into your big screen, it turns it into a computer.
Yeah, no, I do all my YouTubing in the living room.
Oh, okay.
Because I have it like I have a stationary setup, which I can, disassemble and take with me wherever I need to go. But it's just two 32-inch TVs on either side of my laptop, which is a lot of the reason I don't cam up a whole lot because I'm looking down at my main screen. My laptop's just sitting on my desk, and then the TVs are on the risers because I've got an L-shaped desk, and they're on the risers off the desk. Because on both sides it has risers. So the big TVs are up, and that's just where my eyes go is to either right or left. Very rarely do I look at the StreamYard stream because the YouTube comments, when they come in faster on YouTube than they do on StreamYard. And I hate the delays. I hate them.
Well, I've noticed like certain creators tend to be like 15 minutes back in chat where they're commenting on chat from like a long time ago. So they're always kind of in that like some like stories of like conversations have happened and they're gone. And it's like all of a sudden it gets regurgitated because the creators talking about chat that happened a million years ago,
Yeah. Yes, the delay is a real thing on StreamYard. That's why I always have YouTube up when I stream. So I can see comments as they come in. And it's bigger.
Yeah, no, I see it the same way. I mean, I don't think that my TV is that far off. It's pretty present,
Right. And I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to jump down. I've got to start cleaning. Mermaid, Dave, you're always welcome at my channel. Thank you for
Thank you.
having me up
So
here,
sweet.
Mermaid.
I'm
I
glad you
enjoy
came by. Thank you for coming by.
Yeah,
You're
Days.
welcome.
Much respect for you.
Same to both you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Cool chick.
Yep. She's really sweet. Always has been.
Yeah, it'd be a hard one to hate on.
Yeah, I've never had any reason to do anything but think she's awesome. So, and same with Forrest. Like, they're both close, and they are both like just good. They've both been amazing friends. So, and I'm just getting to kind of know. Even though I've been in chat with Deets for a long time, and getting to know some other folks. I know Kim and Crazy Chicken Lady from Dazed. But I know Crazy Chicken Lady from other places too. We hang out in a few other places. I'm just not sure all where. I know
I see Dazed as a gray who needs a little love.
Who Dazed?
Dazed. Yeah, give her some blue love.
Oh shit! Yeah,
I think Kim Maple needs one too.
I was thinking Dazed. She needs love. I love her. Okay. Yeah. Thinking I don't understand.
Let's go.
Okay, hang on. I got to make Kim. Okay.
Actually, we should probably like kill this live. Title it like get to know Days, and then we'll like start back again with a new live.
No, I don't think I can go get her up again. She's gonna be like, go to hell.
Who?
My daughter.
Oh. Really?
She, I have to be so vague about this, but she re-upped my hours so that I wouldn't be running out, and started the new live and everything. So yeah, I had to bug her. Now my other daughter will be up soon because they both one went to sleep as one was waking up. It's so messed up. But yeah, once she's up, she can do it. But
so we should probably like
I have no idea how to do it.
I guess we just continue. is the StreamYard link pinned?
That's a good question. Or yeah, it is, because I forgot. I did tell her. I said,
Yeah.
don't leave without pinning it, because I'll have to come back and get you or something. Like, where is it at? Show me. So yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
I'm
which
glad
one of
you
you
put that,
beautiful
Crazy
people want to
Chicken
come
Lady.
up and say, hi, you want to talk? You got a voice? You want to say something? It's a really friendly environment. There's no judgment. And this is actually a new experience for us because, we've got some actual moving chat.
Yeah, and I know Kim. I know you haven't been feeling great, but I know you cam up and you go out on your channel a lot. So if you feel
Yep.
like it, I totally understand if you don't.
And anyone in here that wants to drop a link,
Yeah,
dude, have no shame in the game. Yeah, there's no
yeah, 'cause
thought about it.
You have a channel too, Crazy Chicken
Hi,
Lady.
VH. Good to see
I
you.
know. I commented something. So y'all both put y'all's channels.
VH had a really hard nap and was going, you guys are still doing this shit? You want to
He's
come up
praying.
and who's
he's
up here right
praying
now?
for all of us.
Am I tripping?
No,
Are you-
it's me. This
Hey,
is
what's
Kim.
up? Hi, Kim.
Hey, Dave. How are you?
Kim Maple. Good. How are you? Good to see you.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not doing so well health-wise, but I'm trying to stay positive.
That is a good point of view. So
Thank
what are your
you.
health issues? What's going on?
Well, for the first time, I have kidney stones. I've never had them before. I went to the hospital to have them broke up and was told that I would pass them in a few days. Well, 4 weeks later, here I am.
Wow. So are you what's his name? Forrest. He's not a big water drinker. Do you drink water much?
I normally don't, but I have been since this. I've been drinking water, lemon water. I've been drinking cranberry juice, apple juice.
Yeah, I've heard that water is a big, helper of kidney stone type stuff.
Right, yeah. And, I've been doing my very best to drink as much water as I can. Somebody told me that if you take a shot of apple cider vinegar every day, that will shrink the stones.
Mm.
But I absolutely despise vinegar. But
I love
I'm
vinegar.
almost to.
I'm sorry.
Well, ever since my first kid, I just, the smell of it, the taste of it, it makes me want to throw up.
Mm. So when you buy
So,
chips, you're not buying vinegar chips. You're going a different direction.
yeah. Yeah. But I'm almost to that point where I'm about to do it.
To go for the apple cider. I've heard good things, And one of the things that
Right.
I've read about it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're right. There's a lot of health benefits with the apple cider vinegar.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that if you shouldn't definitely don't mouthwash with it because it really breaks down your teeth. If you're gonna drink it, do it through a straw. But I've heard that it really helps with a candida type things. That your intestines, your gut, your bowels, all of those things,
I
it
used
kind
to
of
drink. I drank a shot every day of that Bragg Mother's whatever with the mother thing in it. That was so gross. But I had a shot glass beside the bottle, and I would just throw it back as quick as I could, pinch my nose, whatever.
Mhm.
And
It's also, I think there's
Yeah.
also a thing about drinking olive oil. Like there's
Oh my
like
God,
this.
destroy
I know
me.
it doesn't. It's not the best thing in the world, but I mean, sometimes you gotta like have an acquired taste when it comes to health. You know, that's what I was telling
Yeah,
Forrest is that he doesn't like drinking water, and I'm like going, well, you gotta like find a way to love it. You know, you could because your
yeah,
body kind of tells you when you do something that you don't really, it doesn't really like, you don't have an affinity with. Your body tells you you love it. That's how I like got in love with
right,
onions and garlic. You know,
right,
Yes, deets. I see that. You
yeah.
know what? I need to get some of those.
And with water, for someone who doesn't like water or drink water, it's something you just got to do and get in the habit of it, because once you get in the habit of drinking water, you can't go without water.
true. And your body actually tells you it. So it's like once you kind of like
Yeah,
put it in there, it's going, yes, more of that, please. You know,
right. Yeah, definitely.
I'm not ready to accept that my fate yet, Dave.
about what?
About the non-drinking water, whatever. Me and Forrest, our problem with Mountain Dew.
Oh yeah, I got you. I'll be right back.
I already went through what you're going through, Kim. Not as bad, but I was very lucky. They were able to, use the Sono Blast, whatever thing, and bust mine up to the
Right.
point where I never knew, like, I never saw if I passed them. They did a really good job breaking them up because I never had another problem. Now it hurt.
Wow.
It was so painful, and
Right.
I just felt. I mean, not so painful that I wouldn't do it again, but just so sore the next day. Which I tried to go to work the next day. They didn't tell me not to, and I felt just like I had been hit just by something. It was horrible. So about 1 o'clock, I'm like, listen, guys, I'm gonna have to call it half a day or something. Like, thought I could do it, but I guess not. I go home, lay down, and the hospital calls, and they're like, "We're just checking to see how you're doing." And I was like, "Not too good, just be honest with you." And she's like, "Tell me about it." So I started telling her, and she's like, "You weren't supposed to go to work today. We
Oh
purposely
yeah.
scheduled it so you were going to be off until Monday." And I was like, "Oh shit! Well, I forgot that, or you didn't put it on paper, or whatever." Went on to work anyway. So I just highly recommend some rest afterward. But it definitely, like, just that one little 1 day surgery for me, and they were busted up to the point where I had the little thing, they want you to look for them, but I never saw anything, and I felt better. So
Yeah, see, that's, I had that silly hope that once they broke it up, that, everything was going to get better from there on. I really did. I was like, oh, great. Yes, thank you. And, it didn't. And I tell you what,
it's different
it
for
is,
everybody. Like, it's
yeah, it is the worst pain I've ever felt. And I live with fibromyalgia, and I have been living with it for 28 years. So I live in pain. But this, it has no comparison to the pain I live with. None. And the doctor, the urologist, is a fucking joke because he won't help me with any type of pain relief.
they're all scared to right now. Every doctor, pretty much everywhere, but I say especially in the southern states, but you're in the northern area, so I guess it's
Yeah.
literally everywhere. Doctors really are afraid. I know it sounds insane. They shouldn't be because they have all the power, but like they still are under, what close watch because of this whole, what they've
I
labeled
know,
the process.
I know, but you would think with something that is this painful that they would do something.
I mean, I agree. I think I worked as a substance abuse
I
counselor for
agree.
several years, and I feel this is just me. I'm not always right. Clearly, in my personal life, you can see, but I usually can tell if someone is a drug seeker versus someone who's in legitimate pain. And I worked at a methadone clinic for years, and I feel like I could really have a heart to heart with my patient and see like,
Mhm.
okay, this is real. Like their voice sounds different. It's
And
their blood
also like
pressure's up.
diagnosis is, you know,
There's a way to detect pain other than you telling me like your blood pressure's up, your voice is different, like the way
Oh,
or
you
yeah.
just like, you know,
Like
I
my
mean, just thinking about like, hold on, just real quick. I mean, the whole concept of that she has kidney stones, she has pain. You know, what I mean,
Yeah.
there's like this, there, it's like, here's that, and then okay, this is what she needs. So you're saying that like, you've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia and you have like kidney stones, which I've heard is super painful, and
Oh
your
my
doctor
God.
is saying no on like, you know, pain relief.
Yeah.
because it's not like I think they would say yes if they did like the whatever surgery and like done, but like they're not wanting to do anything. I'm guessing not anything long term. Like they might give you whatever they would give you at the ER, like 5 whatever, and you never know how
But they
much
didn't. They
hurt.
didn't even do that. They didn't even do that. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. I mean, to me, to initially point them out, you know, and say this is what's going on and not give you anything. I could see if they did it short term, you know, and then did the surgery and then you had like a few for after
Right.
surgery. That's what kind of they did with me. And then it was
That's
out.
what I was expecting. Honestly, I was expecting that because of this epidemic. You know?
Yeah. I mean, and they're not gonna ever, you know, from my doctors and everything I've been around, they're all afraid to write anything long term. But writing it, period, to me, you have a specialist. You're seeing a urologist, not just your run of the mill, you know, doc. You're seeing a specialist for that problem. So I don't get why they wouldn't. I really don't, unless there's some other medication that it conflict with, or I don't know.
No,
But
I
yeah,
mean honestly,
I think that's
they
awful. I'm sure Tylenol's
they
not really cutting it.
fuck no.
Yep.
Tylenol's a freaking joke.
Yeah, I remember holding the Tylenol bottle many nights and wanting to just throw it at somebody because, like, that was it. That's all I had. But if they get to a point where they can do that surgery, and I know it's like I said, it's different for everybody. Like my daughter, what she just went through with her appendix. Some people, my appendix hurts, take it out, done. And hers was a whole. I mean, you know, you saw me in there asking for
Yeah.
prayers, like. It was
Oh
worse
yeah.
than, I mean, I never dreamed that it would turn into like a 2-month process. Never heard of such. Didn't think anything was ever around like that. So your, you know, situation is going to be different than mine was. You know, mine was easy, quick, easy, you know, fix. Thank God. And,
Yeah.
you know, not that way for everybody. And so struggling and living with it is like waiting for this surgery that may or may not ever happen. And you're going to still be in pain, you know? And
Yeah.
I'm sure
I'd
it's
also
So,
like to
like,
say, you know, it really does come down to your
I was going
insistence.
to say getting your mind
No,
off
this
of
is
it.
exactly where Mermaid was at with her daughter, right? Is that
Yeah.
they were not listening to her.
Yep.
It really takes you going the next step and making it happen.
Oh yeah, Kim, I forgot. I didn't tell that story, but yeah, I had to step outside of my sweet, normal, quiet self, and I went over. I mean, I tried to do it in a nice way. I didn't go like all the way to the hospital administrator, but I went to the social worker and said, "Listen, I used to do, you know, social work in a medical environment. I think, you know, I really think you need to listen to the patient, like not just how it looks on paper." But
right. They're
she's
not
Yeah, no.
listening
What I think
to.
is happening is this is exactly what's happening is if they can discourage you and you are gonna walk away and go, yeah, I will deal with the pain, I will live it, and you know, and kind of run with it and like figure it out, and it's over. Well, then they kind of like got their point across. But if you go in there and you do a mermaid, they're going to go, yeah, okay, we fucked up.
Well,
Sorry.
Well, the fact is that I hounded them, which I hate to do. I hate to be a bother
So
and
many
call
people are like
people
that.
back. But I hounded them for 2 weeks. and I got ignored.
Well, then you know what you need to
So-
do is when you're talking to them, have a cell phone recording and show them your recording. Okay, what are you saying now?
Yeah. So what I'm going to do Monday is going to get a hold of my pain management because of being in, I have fibro, so I'm in pain management. I'm going to get a hold of them. I'm going to let them know what's been going on and see if they can't help me because that's my last resort.
I mean, I would do that. Just I can say, coming from when I did work at the clinic, we did have some patients who were taking methadone long term for maintenance, like they were not going to be getting off of it. That was their pain management. And our doctor had to call several doctors, dentists, whoever, and explain, like, just because this person is taking X amount of this and, you know, they have been on it dependent or addicted, whichever, doesn't it doesn't mean that we're not still pulling their tooth today. So let's pretend that's to the side. They're still having extra pain today that this medicine's not covering. So I'm telling you, as the doctor that's writing this medicine, that it's okay to add 10 whatever. And so they listened to that doctor, but they were not going to listen to any patient that came their way because they were going to label them and act stupid and whatever. But I mean,
Yeah.
the minute he
Dealt
explained,
with that.
it made, I guess it, you know, they had that aha moment, and also probably a cover your ass moment where, oh, we talked to pain management doctor, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? They could put it off on, you know, whoever. So I would, that's me. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a counselor currently. I am a consultant.
I'm not a doctor.
But that's, as a person from outside looking in and from the other side of the desk at one point in my life, I would definitely would say, you know, just say, you know, I'm having this. This is above and beyond what I deal with every day. As you know, my pain management doctor, like, can you speak with this person and just let them know, like, I have no intentions of wanting to be on anything long term, but short term, help me, please.
So what would you say, being
exactly.
that you were in that? You hold on real quick. So being that you were on that side of the conversation before, what kind? Okay, the pain that you're dealing with is what? How is it affecting your life daily?
I've been stuck in bed for 3 weeks. It takes so much of me to go to the bathroom, to walk to the bathroom, to get something to eat. I have 2 children and I've exhausted my help with everybody. So I've had to drive my daughter to work and it kills me to do that, but it's only a mile down the road. But I can't do nothing.
So how is the pain affecting you daily? How do you, what is it that you're feeling pain wise?
I'm
stomach?
feeling like, yeah, it's in the stomach, it's in the kidney area. It's to the point where it outweighs my other pain.
I think
It
you're
takes
talking
away.
about your fibro pain. It's far greater.
Yeah. Oh, far, far greater than that. I can't do my daily functions. My house has gone to shit because no one else will help me out.
So this pain is new since the kidney stone thing?
Same crazy
Yes.
chicken lady. I do too. I don't want anybody, even my worst enemy. I know you don't believe me when I say it, but I do not want anyone to feel pain. When I see it on someone's face, and that's crazy coming from what I've had to deal with in my life personally with my ex and stuff. But I've been on the other side too, where I've seen some really good people who had legitimate things going on, and
My
I don't know.
uncle, I have a story about my uncle and pain management. He like hurt his back and got on Vicodin back in the day and was going back and getting more stronger Vicodin, and eventually got on heroin because they cut him off, and died with a needle in his arm.
See, I could not
What
do
did they
that.
give him? What were they giving him? Methadone?
No, it was
I
Vicodin. He
could not
started
do
on like I think low dosage Vicodin, but kept going back to the hospital asking for stronger, and finally the doctors cut him off because at that point he was addicted.
I could not do that. I have been on the lowest Vicodin for over 20 years. If that tells you anything. It doesn't affect me that way.
I've never been. Honestly, I'm not sounding like I've never done anything because I definitely have had not management. I've had pain medicine before, but I've never had Vicodin ever. I don't know if it's because of where I
Well,
live.
It
or
really, to
I've-
me,
I've heard about
honey,
it, but I've never had it.
is it that bad?
but
It
you know what?
is the
You know
people.
what could be happening here is that they could see that history, and maybe
Well,
they're
yeah,
thinking,
absolutely. You're 100% right, Dave, and that's why I'm saying. I'm telling you from.
But I've been on it for so long. It is.
That's why if
It's
your
just
pain
another
management doctor
pill.
yeah, I
You're
see what you're
right.
saying is that you've been on it so long that it's
And I've never
that
asked for
anything.
any increased. I've never asked for them to increase it.
That's why I was saying, Kim, for real. I stood there beside a doctor while it was happening. The dentist called the doctor and was like, okay, they're trying to get this, blah, blah, blah. And the doctor at the methadone maintenance clinic where I worked said, let me explain, addiction or dependency to you. Like, just because they have an addiction to blah, 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 and they're getting methadone here, blah, 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 doesn't mean that today at 2:30 they're not going to be in a huge amount of pain from a wisdom tooth removal or whatever. So I do think it's a good idea to give them some 5 whatever, like small dose of something to help them because today they're going to need it, like short term, very short term, very small amount.
Right.
And once he said it, that doctor was like, cool, I've got to cover my ass because I can refer to the other doctor. You know what I'm saying? It's truly a lot about covering ass. It's a lot about listening. It's sad because I guess they've forced some people who were legit in pain because they can't tell, they don't know what to look for. I don't know, but this way they're covered, either way. I think they have to hear it from a doctor, and I don't know. It's a power thing. It's a cover my ass thing. That's what I think. But
Right.
I also think that it's not good to like have this Vicodin drug as a constant, like as if it was like your medication. Like that's normal. Like you're basically gonna exist for the rest of your life on that dosage of Vicodin. I guess.
Well, the thing is I have the most severe type of fibro, and there is no cure for it. There's no alternative medicine for it.
So there's like no cure.
And because it's nerve damage, right? Like there's no surgery.
Yeah, it all involves with the nerves. I have a lot of nerve pain.
Yeah. That's the one thing that like I do struggle with my feet because I had a fall and I tried to stop the fall, which is horrible. Don't do it. Just let your body go limp. And I tried to like ground my feet, just plant my feet to the ground. Like I'm not going to fall, and I still fell, but my feet I don't know how to explain it. My feet went backward. Like I fell with my feet underneath me. And so it broke multiple bones in my feet, ankles, toe, like it cracked them up bad. And they let a lot of that heal. And they were like, it's hairline fracture. And so it's pinched some nerves in between bone when it healed. So there's some nerve damage that I can feel, and I can tell you, like, a sheet can have a wrinkle in it and my leg be against the sheet and I can feel that wrinkle and it feels like a knife stabbing me. and it is a
Exactly. Their pain is no joke, you know. I can't wear tight clothing. I can't wear hats. I can't wear my hair up in a ponytail. I can't wear jewelry. I can't wear sunglasses. I can't wear socks. I can't wear anything that puts pressure on my skin.
Wow. Have you been diagnosed diabetes? I've heard that diabetes has that issue where, like, if you wear socks, like it has an imprint that won't go away for like a long time. You have like
Yeah.
if you like push on your skin like that, your skin's supposed to like bounce back, right? So like if you put your
Right.
finger on your thigh or whatever, like push down, and you like let
Uh-huh.
go, is it gonna like be still there for a while?
I don't know. I never tried it. I asked my one doctor for um oh shit for diabetes tests. They tested my sugar, and my sugar was good because I have a lot of problems with my feet and legs.
You're like
There are a
coldness,
lot
do your
of
feet
times.
get hella cold? Do your
Oh
fingers go
yeah,
numb?
yes, I have very bad circulation. Yeah.
Yeah, that could also be your like I don't know, not I'm gonna say misdiagnosed, but I mean I do think there's diabetes maybe in there.
Yeah, there might be. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, most people say that about mine because of where it's located, but they don't realize like there was an injury. And I mean, Dave's right. Usually, when you look at any kind of nerve damage or like neuropathy in the legs, it's either
I have
usually
neuropathy.
yeah, it's usually
Yep.
from an injury. They always say sports injury because it's usually a strange kind of fall. And with mine, the way my feet bent back and the way I just like I said, don't ever try to make yourself not fall. Just fall. They said I would have been so much better off just to like throw my arm out or whatever instead of doing what I did. But it was instinct. But yeah, if you have like
Oh
a
yeah.
fall, like it's common in football players, which I am definitely not a football player, but you've seen them run and try to like catch a ball, but their feet go like kind of under them. They fall. I don't know how to explain
Oh
it, but
yeah.
it folds their foot in half pretty much. Like that's what
Well,
Yeah.
happens.
And
hold on, before it goes
I've
away,
been in,
BH like hold on, BH like said it just like went off my screen. But BH was commenting about opiates, right? That
Yeah, I highlighted one, and
did you see that one where he's like saying, like I've heard
here's one.
his opinion, what he's heard is that when you take opiates, what was your point, bro? I missed it. I mean, it made sense when I read it.
I've got to find it. I think I know what you're talking about. Let me see. Yeah, here it is.
see, and I totally understand the whole opiate epidemic completely, but
Well,
it really it hinders
It really
the
does. I mean,
to the
there's
really
I'm
hinders
not super clear, but is
the
Vicodin an
need
opiate?
it.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, there's that part, and then here I'm thinking it's his second part. Yeah.
Because he kind of like said it's a cascade. That's kind of the way I saw it when I read that first comment by BH. Is like when you're
Oh, hey,
when
and I
you're
wanted
like
to say, hey, Truth Seeker, she came in, and I
yeah, high
didn't.
truth.
Okay, wait, cuts off oxygen, which creates more knots by lack of oxygen to the muscle. Oh, cool! I didn't know that. Creates so like more nerve bundles, what kind of
But
thing?
it's like it basically by being on opiates for a long period of time, I kind of the way I interpreted it was that it ends up creating more of the problem, the pain
The
in
message
the long
quits.
run.
The message to the brain is it becomes more and more dysfunctional as the longer you're on the opiate, right? That's what I think. That's what he's saying. Is
Okay.
opiates end up stopping the message from happening normally, So it stops the body from healing.
I understand that, but like I
So
said,
that's
there's no cure to it. There's no cure to it, and
yeah,
I
that's
don't know how I would have any type of quality in life if it wasn't for that.
well, and I mean for your current
Yeah.
situation, like just looking at your current problem right now and getting you, you know, feeling better. I know you haven't felt good for a while. I know, like I've seen you when you like try to go live and you're like, I'm gonna try to make myself do this today, and I can just tell like you're truly not feeling well. And I do think doctor to doctor is gonna be your best shot at getting anything, whether it even just be a high dose of Motrin or something you wouldn't think
Actually,
of.
I
But
I
I don't know if
honestly
you
don't give it.
have the medical, um, policy or whatever. But
yeah,
you
I
know what?
know.
You might have to like go in house and like just like treat me. You know, where you're
I've
actually
Yeah,
in the hospital and dealing with it with them and getting through it with them. If you're in that much pain, that's what
yeah.
I would do.
But
yeah.
will they take you, or are they
Well,
or they one of the ER's blue
everybody,
ticks?
yeah, everybody's been begging me to go to the hospital. I hate hospitals.
I
Like
know.
I
I
I
know
know.
hate them.
our ER would probably not keep you, but that's just I live in a little, craptastic town where they would just make
Yeah,
all types of assumptions and say we can't do surgery tonight now, can we? And send you home. So um that's
right.
why if you have a doctor, I would definitely utilize that, make that conversation with one of them for sure. And
Oh, I
I'm just
will.
curious. How many
Huh.
medications are you on at the moment? Do you know, like the
Okay.
number? If you're
2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on 5 medications.
all right,
and
here's
is one of them
the
like a blood thinner?
No,
Okay.
nope.
Yeah. If anyone ever like promotes you to do a blood thinner, definitely research them because there are a few or a couple that are scary. So I mean,
Yeah. Oh,
my mom got on one that is one of those ones that like if she ever had any kind of like internal bleeding, like even an ulcer,
yeah.
it would not clot. So I mean,
yep.
if anyone ever like is talking about blood
Coumadin
thinners, do your
is
research.
probably, I'm gonna guess that's what it was. That's an older one they use more commonly. Coumadin or
Yeah,
Coumadin.
no, not Coumadin, but I mean, she's on this one that like if she like happened to have to go to surgery like on a whim, like something happened,
Yeah, you
that
have to be
they
off of.
cannot reverse it.
Yeah, I want to say my grandfather had to be off the medication for like 5 days or something, so that he would be okay to make it through a surgery. Because yeah, it's weird. Some people can kind of naturally be free bleeders or whatever you want to call it. I am already, so I definitely don't need a blood thinner. Like they love seeing me come to the like blood drives because I have O negative, RH negative. So they don't get that every day. So and it's universal. It can be given to whoever. So I can give a lot because I'm a taller, bigger, person. So I usually give 3 bags, which is the max you can give. But it just pours out. Like they don't have to try. It just
Yeah.
they
What I
love
want to
to
say
see
is it's crazy like how I'm sorry, but I mean I really want to make this point that if you like just eat 2 like cloves a day of garlic, your blood is like water. Like it flows and it breaks down like all the shit in your like I'm not a doctor, but I mean I've like read a lot. And when you crush garlic, so like you take a clove of garlic and you
That's
crush
how
it,
come
and
Dave is awake right now. We've gotten all the vampires to go away, and he's still
I'm
awake.
drinking coffee, motherfucker. But it's called Allison, and it's like a weird way to say Allison, but it's like ALLICIN, right? That's what happens when you crush garlic, and that Allison is a huge blood thinner. All these people that are taking medications for blood thinning, this alone would do it, and it's natural and it's healthy and it has like so many byproducts of healthiness to it that's way beyond blood thinning. It's just like, it like kills a lot of like fungus in your blood and your body and shit. But people
Uh-huh.
get stuck on this. Like I try to get my mom to do it, right? But she's scared because it might do something that affects the drug that is like, that's what garlic would be doing. You get stuck at like in this environment of like, I have to keep taking this drug when she could be transitioned off by like a good doctor, but they tend to just like, it's working now. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever.
Right.
And she also is like you, where she's taking 5, 6, 7 drugs for all these different things, and everyone's a lab rat. So it's like,
Oh
like,
yeah, everybody is a guinea pig. Everybody is a guinea
right?
pig.
You've got all these, so they have all this documentation with all these different drugs, and no one knows how these all work together and make chaos in a body. I mean, I'm sorry to like bring up like horror stories, but I mean, that is really what it is. We need to find some way, some like magician out there that can like wean everyone off and go natural.
See, I don't take anything. I don't take any medicine that doesn't help me. If I take a medicine and within a couple days it doesn't help me, I throw it out the door. You know what I mean?
I think if you do want to try to reduce any of those or whatever in the future, I think what they're saying, that's great. But I think for right now, I'm just guessing because I can kind of sense like you're in so much pain, like right now you need to attack that immediate problem.
Yeah, maybe, like I'm desperate. Like
and once that's kind of taken care of, whether they do the surgery or whatever, like once it's handled, like then you can work on that goal. But have they not even talked about busting them up or anything with the sonar? Like they didn't go in; they just put a machine up to me and like literally, like it's like they send these sound waves that bust them up. Like they're not offering that to you.
Well, from my understanding, when I went to the hospital, they shocked it. They put me under. They shocked the stone because my stone was 10 millimeters, which I guess was too big to pass. And so they busted it up, and they said it could be as soon as you go home. It could be within a few days. And it never happened. So I mean,
can they look and see, like when they do the dye, I can't talk. The dye test where you drink the stuff and they can see the stones.
Oh,
have they?
Yeah, I'm going to do a CT scan on the 24th.
And so, if it's still there and not busted up, they'll be able to see and know we need to do something more aggressive. Like, I don't know what the machine looks like. I fell asleep and apparently said a bunch of goofy stuff. But while I was falling asleep, I know there is some type of machine or something that does send those waves. And maybe for some people, they have to have it on like a higher, I don't know. I'm totally guessing. Like they have to have it on like a higher amount that's going the frequency or something. I don't know. Because I've never ever heard of such, but apparently it's like some kind of weird sound waves or something that they're.
And that's how they break up the kidney stones?
Yeah.
Sound waves?
When you wake up, you legit feel like someone has hit you with an automobile. And I hate
that's
even
crazy.
saying that out loud because of our.
That's how I felt the very next day. But like it didn't hit me that day. It was the next day that it hit me.
Yeah. See, and I went to work the next day and I made it about halfway through the day. And then it was like someone had hit like right in the center of my body. Like I couldn't, if I sat, nope. Driving home was hell. Like just because of where they had to do it. I mean, they had no choice, but no one really gave me a heads up about don't go to work either. So I was stupid and like took the kids to school, like did all my regular stuff. I'm trying to be superwoman, but I have to say I'm very grateful that whatever was in there. Apparently I had one large stone, just one. And
Yeah.
they did a good job because I never saw anything, but I also never felt that pain again. So I know they had to have gotten it. And I think they did a follow-up CT and it was gone because it was big enough for them to be like, yeah, we're not even going to try to do anything else. Like, no, we need to just hit it, done. And
Yeah.
I think if they will consider that, if they look at it and still see it's still there, and there's some other option, get that handled and put behind you, and then you can, look at some of these new things that people are coming up with every day. Like I know it's super hard, like I said, to hear all. I know, like I said, I know the phone call exactly. I know how it needs to go. And I hope that your doctors will be able to, to get there and have that, call to call and, maybe work things out for in your future. Like if this is going to carry on, like you're already on a pain management kind of regimen. Like if this is going to change it, what does that mean? Like the whole nine, like, is this going to be handled in a couple of weeks? Are we going to have surgery or something? Or are we looking at something longer?
Well, Deets asked,
Right.
What causes kidney stones? Anyone know?
I've just heard it say like a calcium buildup or something.
Yeah, it's a calcium buildup. Yeah.
And you
It's
when you
from
have
your
like
diet.
I think
that you drink.
Forrest is going through it, kind of, right?
yeah, something.
And he also was talking about like he has
Gout.
like gout.
Yeah.
So I think that and he is like 100% against water.
Wait a minute. Forrest's going through kidney stones.
Yeah, there's something going on there where it's like, I don't know. I know it's hard if you're not a big water drinker, but dude, do you ever like sleep, like when you're sleeping at night, have like one nostril that kind of gets clogged? You have one that works, but one that doesn't. You switch sides and it kind of transitions.
Yeah.
That, from what I've read, that when you drink enough water, it goes away completely. So it's kind of like your thermometer on your hydration is when those nostrils are clear, that's when you know that you've got enough water in your body. That's just what I've read. It's worked for me. I've like chronically throughout my life had that nostril issue. And once I kind of read that and was like, wow, could that really be it? And then when I like all of a sudden I'll be like, oh man, nostrils clogged, drink water, and bam, gone. So, I mean, I don't know if it's my subliminal kind of like, yeah, this might be it. And it's just like, what is it? Placebo? I don't think so. I think it's real. So like, think of that when, yeah.
I mean, I'll say I have currently, me and Forrest are twins. Like I don't drink water unless it's the ice that melts into my Mountain Dew. Literally, I don't drink coffee. I don't drink anything. Mountain Dew all day, every day. If Mountain Dew closed down tomorrow, I would be outside the doors crying on the floor.
That's so funny.
Like I literally, Mountain Dew it's a huge part of my life. I do drink my calories. Like I could go 2 days without eating anything. I gotta have my Mountain Dew, period. And like I'll be
Mountain Dew's like barely a liquid.
I'll be a bitch without it. Like serious. Like it's
good you can drink.
It just reminds me of like sugar that just barely is liquid.
But I stopped drinking it and Coke. I stopped any soda, the whole nine, for 2 years. And
that's awesome.
I have the most horrible excuse for why I started drinking it again. But I won tickets to a water park, amusement park, for the whole season. And like I got there and we're going every week. I'm like, I have water, lemonade, or soft drinks. I hate
Yeah.
lemonade. I hate water. And what I was drinking to help me like get through whatever was Milo's tea with Splenda. Like it had like Splenda sweetener. Then I was able to go to just Milo's unsweetened tea, period. And I would put some like lemon or whatever I'd put in it, even though I'm not a huge lemon person, just to make myself, I don't know, I tricked my brain a lot, but I did get myself to where I was not drinking soft drinks, and I didn't really have a choice. I had a surgery and they were like, you can't drink carbonated beverages after this. And I was like, what if I let one go flat? Literally, I was that desperate. What if I open a can and let it go flat? Can I still drink it? They're like, just come to terms with it. Like, stop. So I stopped. Literally, I did great. Lost a bunch more. Like, I was having weight loss surgery, but if I would have just done this, like, I've always been able to lose weight easily, but keeping it off is different because I'm one of those bitches. I don't keep the lifestyle change up. I know what to do. I can do it for a short time, but knowing this is forever, like that's hard for me. I'm like, okay, let me get to this point and let me celebrate. And then boom, I know I'm weak. I am weak as fuck. So
Oh yeah, I'm the same way.
Positive, mermaid.
I just hate water.
Affirmations.
There's even a special cup that I really, really wanted, and it's so not anything that we needed to put on a priority list at all. But even before all this stuff started happening with the house, I got the cup because my doctor said maybe if you pick out a really cool, a really fancy, pretty, whatever cup, and put water in it every day and just say, I'm going to drink one of these, like you'll be more inclined to drink it. And so I did that.
pH, totally.
I did it.
We're like 99% water. We're barely like a thing. We're just basically fluid.
pH, the neurologist or whatever, urologist said 100% the reason I had kidney stone and a big old one was the Mountain Dew. He said, I hate to see you coming back, but I know you will be probably. I've been lucky, honestly, that was all. But I know that I could stop it. It's like Dave was saying, he's been a motivational speaker to me. Like, if I really want to, I can pretty much, there's probably a couple of things I'm going to say that I wouldn't even want to attempt to stop at the age I am now. Like, doesn't matter as much to me as some things like maybe used to, but right now, if I really, really wanted it bad, then I would just like start probably doing like now that they have Mountain Dew Zero, like somehow half in that and then watering it, and I would have to slowly get myself off.
But I don't believe in that because when you hear like zero, what they're doing is they're like doing saccharin or some other.
I know.
Like,
I'm saying for temporary,
it's a chemical sugar, right?
But for temporary,
like you were saying something about,
my
like,
brain.
my mom did that, like the pink packets, the blue packets. Those are not natural sugars.
Yeah,
you'd be better off like having sugar.
Which would you rather somebody do as their if they are really trying to make an attempt, and that's their first step to somewhat healthy, is getting away from just the pure sugar, like just mountains of it. Because I've watched how much, if I drank Coke again, like just Coca-Cola, it will make you sick if you look and see how much sugar is in 1 2 liter. It's got like, look it up and it shows a picture of, it's like bags of sugar. It's sickening. Like it made me sick. And I told myself, like, just switch, start drinking Mountain Dew, because I did drink Coke for a while. But yeah,
Mountain Dew is it's more syrupy. It's right.
What it's horrible. I'm admit it. I'm powerless over my addiction to Mountain Dew. I will absolutely state it, and I don't know what to do about it. Do know what to do about it.
Stevia.
I know what.
Isn't that a plant?
I don't intend to right now. So anyway,
my
sad excuse.
What is stevia? Stevia is like a plant sugar, right? No.
Yeah,
Stevia?
there's Splenda, Stevia, and there's another one. I can't think of it. But like Stevia is the more, I guess, everyone sees the more beneficial. It's more plant based than the Splenda was more artificial. I don't know. That's what everyone's going for is more organic, more,
Right. Yeah.
Truth Seeker says a Diet Dr. Pepper is her shit.
Yeah. I
See,
have
I
a weird thing about Dr. Pepper. My sister loved it,
And-
like loved it so much. But if I drink Dr. Pepper for a long time, and I lived with her for a short while, and that's all I had access to. Ugh, I missed Mountain Dew so bad. So every time I went out, I got it. But anyway, my tongue turned black from drinking Dr. Pepper. So I'm anti Dr. Pepper. Just, I know it doesn't have to happen to other people, but like I would scrub my tongue until it like was in bad
Yeah.
shape, and it would not, like, it literally like turned my tongue black.
That's
And-
weird.
see, like
It's kind of like how
10
me and coffee.
Okay, never mind.
It was gross. So I'm ready for I'll take a yellow Mountain Dew tongue any day. Truth Seeker has green tea. See, my dad loved green tea. He had to switch to that because he was insulin dependent diabetic.
Yeah. Love you
And-
guys.
He had to stop.
Oh shit, that was
Uh-oh.
quick.
What'd she say?
She was like, "Peace out." It was all
Oh,
you,
I thought
Mary.
she
You were
just-
like,
I thought she
she
just
got
said
tainted.
sorry, guys. Something. I don't know.
I've heard
she
good
she
things
might
about
have-
green tea. A lot of antioxidants.
Yeah, my dad loved it, and he got Rain into drinking it when she was little, and I don't think we've gotten any lately. My brother-in-law drank it. He was diabetic too, so pretty much I guess it's a given over here in the South. If you are insulin dependent diabetic, you're going to be drinking some Lipton's green tea, no sugar.
I mean,
Uh-oh,
What I've learned-
whoa, hold up. It says she
What?
fell. Oh my
she fell
gosh.
off, but it sounded like she was
Oh.
like,
Oh my
I
God. I
heard-
thought for a minute you said she
she
fell.
really fell.
Fell. I don't know.
No. I heard her say kind of like, all right, guys, kind of thing.
Yeah,
I can't imagine that she actually fell,
Yeah,
and got
that's
off alive.
Hey, that's me acting crazy because I saw it. I just looked up and was like, "Oh
No,
my God!"
I think that
maybe-
it was she fell off or something.
Yeah,
was kind of
maybe-
the interpretation there.
I hope that's all. Kim, LOL, no. Okay, I think she was having some more pain, and I don't think she really meant to come up for a while. Like, because I do think she's been really hurting a lot, and
Well,
I know
clearly,
even when you're on like screen, I know I have the worst, and I've been just sitting here chatting away, but I have the worst like habit of leaning forward, like, "Ooh, tell me more," and I'm like doing crunches. So I guess I'm getting healthy because every time I kick back, and I'm like,
YouTube's
"All right, I'm
making
gonna
you
kick back
making
even
you
more."
healthy there, huh?
Yeah, listen, right now I'm sitting back and I'm just listening. But either you'll say something or somebody will come up and I will end up leaning up, and then I'll be like, "Okay, cool. We're in the groove of a conversation." I'm gonna lean back. I lean back up. Nope, I'm doing crunches suddenly. I've been doing crunches for hours now. Yep, I'm gonna
Got
have
some
it. I'm gonna
Arnold
have abs.
Schwarzenegger shit going on here.
I'm gonna have to get on here with my abs and be like, "Look, here's a result of going on live with 3 Dave. If you would like to see results like this, good luck getting in touch with him, and I hope he's not booked up because all the ladies
All right.
love him."
Well, put the cam on. Let's see the 12 pack.
Hey, if it gets to be like that, trust me, I'll be having I'll turn all of the cams on me.
There you go.
Oh, there's Kylie. Yep, she sounds like she's in terrible pain. She does. I mean, over time, like to me anyway, I can tell when someone's in pain, usually with their, I don't know, with their voice. I
Yeah.
have to tell people like I'm losing my voice right now because I know why. Again, another bad habit, vaping. But it's got my throat and my voice off bad, where I sound like I'm gonna cry or I'm in pain or whatever. And I mean, like I'm not feeling like woo-hoo today, but I mean I'm okay. But I don't necessarily sound that great. But Kim, I've listened to her lives. She's usually very peppy and like just I can tell she's hurting. So I feel bad for her. Y'all definitely say a prayer or send out positive thoughts into the universe, whatever
Yeah.
your belief is. Like keep her in your heart. Like I don't want anyone to hurt. Like
And
ever.
you know, Kim, thanks for coming up and sharing your story.
Yeah, and Deets, that's right. I'm fixing to have a rock hard body. Body by Dave.
I
No, I
mean,
would
we
have
could
to
talk
listen
about
to all of his advice though, and
medicine
I'm not
forever.
gonna.
I do totally believe. I mean, we're kind of in that realm where my mom's generations kind of, you know, kind of
Yeah,
got
like
screwed. They got
your
screwed
like your
because,
mom,
like,
your mom and my mom are probably, I'm gonna guess, in the same range realm, and those like that's a big population right there. That like
and
nursing
drugs have
homes
been
and
pumped. You know, they've been convinced and taken the word of the doctor without any
Mhm.
kind of like research.
Oh,
And what,
my mom would be like, you better have on like the best clothes when you go to the doctor. You better have on, you know, this, that,
right?
and like
Yes,
you
sir.
go,
No,
you show,
ma'am.
yeah, you show respect. You know, that person has worked super hard and went, you know, long hours. They're an expert. You treat them as such. Like, okay.
And then like it's like they're told that if you like went off of that or cut it down, it's gonna like you're gonna die. You know what I mean? Like freaking, there
Well,
needs to
you
be a
can
new
at
kind of
some,
no, there needs to
depending.
be a new hospital environment, like more natural. They
Oh,
need to
yeah.
find some experts that can transition anyone off of anything and go natural. I believe.
I'm with you. And the only thing, like, for crazy, crappy little towns, like, similar to mine, and there's a lot of them, is going to be they're going to have to legalize weed. They're going to have to. And, you know,
That's great for like pain management and like distraction. But I mean, the
well,
root,
I think it would help a lot. But I think, yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, we have very few, like, vitamin and like homeopathic stores compared to fast food restaurants. So if we had, you know, that even the building that it's in now, like made bigger and had like a better grocery, even just our produce that we have to choose from just in our town, that alone, like that's not, we don't have anything that's looking very enticing for us to, I don't know. There's all kind of
I get you.
excuses, but
I
some of
mean,
them are valid.
personally, just from what I've like, because of my mom, that I've really, really looked into and really kind of know about, that I know this works,
Which
right?
kind would you go with? Like my doctor.
I don't think blood thinner medications should exist. Period.
Do you believe, because my doctor is a big believer in this, because her father, even though they don't have a good relationship, she's from Romania. Her father also is a doctor, but he practices a different type of medicine, whatever. Over there, he does like acupuncture and things like that. How do you feel about that?
Well, I just going back to the blood thinner thing is, if you want to like get so like blood thinner to the point that you're like anemic, kind of like if you get cut, you'll like just bleed and bleed and
Well,
bleed.
I'm just saying, no, you're
No,
not.
dude, I'm telling you, garlic, right? Garlic, crushed garlic, Allison, I think ICIN. If you like, just look at Allison, that is garlic, right? If you like 2 cloves of that a day, and like did like omega-3 fish oil, those 2 things alone are going to make your blood thin as fuck. So I mean, but the system doesn't exist because that's natural. That's easy to do. It's like basic as fuck. So like if they get you on a medication, you're paying what? How much are you paying a month? You know, even though if it's your medical, like your your insurance and shit. They're getting like $100 a month from you personally by yourself being hooked on that shit for life. I mean, that's like freaking like a car payment type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you could get it through 2 cloves a day. You know what I'm saying? And some freaking fish oil, basic ass shit, which they could totally provide if they wanted to. Preventative, what is it, like preventative? But they won't do preventative. They only treat the problem when it's like freaking you're fucked. You know what I mean? It's like freaking,
and they're not
yeah.
going to advertise the preventative, either.
Right. They don't want you living to be 120, 130.
What do you, but okay, say you're not thinking about that, and so far you're like your blood, everything's going good there, but you have lots of other issues like your back, like as you get older, just natural wear and tear, knees, maybe something. How do you feel about someone going to get acupuncture?
I think that it's like yin and
Or
yang.
like the
I feel like
chiropractor.
I do believe that it works. I've seen and heard things about it. That it is a thing. You know what I mean? I don't think it's like voodoo or like some kind of like mystical shit.
I'm thinking about trying it.
I've heard of meridians and shit, like freaking like there are like pressure points that it doesn't have to be like a needle, but there's actually like points you can push and would like get rid of a headache type shit. I believe that.
Yeah, there's the weird guy. Was it you? No. There was a guy that used to work in our physical therapy department, and there was a chick that got really bad migraines, and I mean so bad, like she was having to go home all the time, and she was like our business office manager, so we kind of didn't need her to. So he came in the office one day and like literally sat on her and told her just like to lay her head to the side, and then he was like, lay it to the other side, and I was like, what in the hell is going on in here? Like, I was not sure that I might have walked in on something I was not supposed to, because he was pulling her hair, and she was like, oh god, and I was just like, what the hell? And afterwards she's like, you wouldn't believe it, but there are just certain places that he knows like right where to pull my scalp, my hair, and it makes something like release in my head, and like he can make my migraine go away. And only him. Like, I've tried, even my migraine medicine doesn't work. Like him pulling my hair, like, and he's a physical therapist, so I'm guessing he knew certain spots and what to do and whatever. But yeah, dude was just sitting there pulling her
Crazy
hair.
Chicken Lady says Castrol. Is that like the engine oil? Castrol?
Oh, that's
No,
what,
I'm just kidding. You're talking about Team Rose castor oil. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
No, but Team Rose, I saw that last slide where she was like talking about her
cranial
skin,
sacral
her elbows, right, being hella dry, and she has like the eczema kind of thing going on. I gave her the, I kind of healed my mom's shit where she has like she's super allergic to stuff,
and who is that you're talking about?
That La Roche, freaking that lotion is like a cure. It like rebuilds your protective layer, and it really does work. So I really wish you would have like took me up on, it's $15 on Amazon,
Yeah, who was it again that you were telling us about?
I told Rose twice. Like,
okay.
Yeah, I was like, dude, my mom was having problems with her skin and issues, kind of eczema type stuff. And I like just went on YouTube and was like, researched, and these guys were like sitting there and doing a YouTube thing going, these are the best ones, and like from one to this and for different issues. And I was like, dude, bang. I like was like I kind of decided on number 2 and found it on Amazon, $15, ordered it, sent it to my mom, and bam, no more bullshit. You know what I mean? And it was like within a week, like super fast.
Yeah, I've heard all about. Well, obviously, I've watched Rose.
Hold on, let me grab it. I'm gonna read it real quick, just for the live sake.
What? Oh, the live? Yeah, I've been kind of trying to watch it. that I'm glad that you knew what it was called, BH, and that I'm not like completely crazy. But you can imagine me walking in on that. Like I was not prepared. I just knew she had a headache, and I didn't know any more than that. Wasn't expecting to find Wes, the PT dude, like literally sitting on her and just pulling her hair, and like she was a very like religious lady. Like just, I'm surprised she even like laid down in the floor to begin with. Like I just I don't even know, but she said it was amazing that it her headache was gone and like for real every time she got a headache, even if she didn't like go all the way down, lay in the floor the whole night, he would come stand behind her office desk and literally just gently pull different sections of her hair. And then afterward, it would just be like, oh God, that was so amazing. Okay,
What
girl.
is Crazy Chicken Lady is saying? I got a gallon for 10 at Walmart. A gallon of what?
I think
Oh, of castor
oil.
oil.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, she like Rose has been saying like she's been putting castor oil on, like she has no cure. But I want to tell you guys, this is what I believe. If for $15, it's worth a shot. If you guys have Amazon, do this, right? So it's in all caps, La Roche Posay. It's like a La Roche and a minus Posay. It's LAROCHE hyphen or like a minus POSAY, right? And it's called what do they got here? Triple Repair Moisturizing Cream. Extra dry skin, body and face. So it's like 13.52 ounces.
tell me
And
the spelling. What is it again? I'm gonna put in the comments. Well, what?
It's called La Roche Posay, right? LAROCHE
Okay.
minus POSAY. And this lotion, my mom, if there's a testimonial, my mom, it works. So, I mean, if you guys have dry skin like Rose should, listen to this live. Buy this bottle. Triple Repair Moisturizing Cream. It repairs it like when your body is dry, right? It's lost its protective layer. And the only way that you're not going to like fix it with whatever castor oil. This right here will do it. My mom is a testimonial. She's super happy, super allergic. Her issues are beyond like other things, and she has found major relief. And you can use it on your face if you have like freaking any kind of like dry skin on your face, and you can't like maybe you kind of trip on like that. Maybe you get to that point where I don't want to go outside because of like my flaky skin or something like that. This will fix it. This is a 3-Dot Dave. This is my gift to you.
Oh,
So,
hey, Gypsy. I may have said hey already, but I can't remember.
It's there.
Hey.
So, take advantage, try it out. And if you know someone that has issues with, eczema type shit, point them in that direction, spread the word. I got you, Chicken Lady.
Yeah. So is it like in the same place? Is she saying like her elbows or something?
She said like she was talking about her elbows, but really showed that patch on her leg that isn't curing. And like she has like this left foot also issue. And I'm telling you, someone kind of like spread it to Rose, let her know, like I've told her like a couple of times, but she's not paying attention. This is her cure. And she will be the first one to like go, this shit worked. 3-Dot Dave was right. Everyone, she'd be the first one to like promote it like every live. So
yeah, I mean, she used to do some things like that.
Yeah, it's called La Roche Posay. Did you put it in the chat?
Yeah. Let me highlight it, but yeah.
So it's there.
Oh, okay.
It's on Amazon, like $15. It's like not like $100. It's like $15 to have just like a decent bottle where it's like, and you can put it on your face. So it's like, everywhere ability, And it really does, from what my mom says, like freaking, it like repairs like that. It like protects you at first, and you don't have to like, dude, I don't know. It's like super like a cure all. It's crazy.
I mean, it sounds like it's something
Just
that would
like,
be.
and actually, if you don't like, if you're like skeptical, look it up. Look at like, just put that La Roche Posay triple repair moisturizing cream, and look at like people's talking about it, so that you can kind of like, weigh your options.
So you found it kind of and brought it to her, your mom.
She was telling me her issues, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna like, I focused, microscope, and freaking, and was like, I had these guys like talking about like all these different things you can do, and I was like, dude, that one fits, and it was like the number 2. They had a number 1. They were talking about like, it makes your skin kind of, how sometimes when you put like lotions on you or something, it kind of makes you look shiny, or it's like freaking like, this one is like the one. I think it worked for her. So I'm just like, because we are kind of like a, trying to help ourselves out, it's like freaking I want to help, you know what I'm saying? And I really want, if I know something works, and I want, this is what I want to do. It's just help whoever I can, and I hope that anyone that like get benefits from this, speak it out and help out the next person down the line, because like eczema is a big deal, and doctors tend to like, oh, it's like a disease. Well, I don't think that much. I don't think so much, but I'm not a doctor.
I mean, I've looked at it on other people, and it looks so just not comfortable. And I just know from like just the nerve damage I have in my feet and like legs from the fall, like anything like that has to, I don't know, it has to be like almost like shingle feeling. I've never had shingles either, but I've read about it and thought about how just it affects all of the nerves on the top of the skin. Like, I don't know if that does or not, but I can imagine it's not comfortable. It's got to be like weird or uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, irritated or something. Like, I remember what you're talking about now, because she showed us like she had been sitting on a wicker chair or something, and that she was hoping that part of it was just like from her having had that imprint on, you know what I'm saying, on her foot, on Rose, that she was showing us.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
I actually like her last live, she was like talking about it,
Yeah.
She was talking about her elbows being like, super flaky or something weird with her elbows, and then she like pulled her like shorts up or something and showed like this like silver dollar patch on her I don't know, thigh or what, or like above her knee, and she was talking about her left foot being super flaky. And you can only, if something that you're trying doesn't work within a week, then you need to probably move on to something else. You can't be like totally religious on castor oil or whatever you're trying. Like, say if you like wanted to put olive oil on your skin or whatever, find something that really works. And this is the one for me that I'm going to say to you. If I was Rose and I was like, if she had this bottle right here and caked it on there, I don't care if she washed before she put it on, it will work.
Well, I mean, did you try any other ones, or you just did enough research to get it right?
I got it right. Ordered it, sent it to her. She was like, after a week, she was like, it's all gone. It was like freaking whoa. She still has like, weird itchy things, but I think it has to do with her. She's super allergic. When I was growing up, like one of the most allergic people I've ever met, like in my life. And I always thought that I was like immune. Like my dad was like that guy that on our property and stuff would be like, go, and he would rip like poison oak out. Not even thinking about, but he was like super willful in like, he just is like so hard-headed. I won't itch. I'm not getting, even though if he was itching, he wouldn't admit it. And I thought I was like, I just tend to be like my dad, but come to find out, I am allergic to nuts. and a lot of things that I ignored, which is kind of what he was doing, was ignoring what was happening, right? In my opinion, I now find out that yeah, I have been allergic, but I've just kind of been not me.
I was reading. Hang on, Deets put something down here
Hi,
about it.
Gypsy. Good to see you.
Yep, I told her it was really good to see her. She's been listening and cooking, I think. So she's been listening to all of our craziness. I
Rice
can't
is
see it
great.
on here, but I can see it on my phone. That is so weird. But Deets put the doctor could never tell what caused the eczema for them. Something did bring it on though. Doctors only prescribed cortisone, which once stopped, take it like it was back again.
Yeah,
So,
because they're treating.
I don't know
It's
about
exactly
castor
like
oil.
I don't know. In my opinion, I think they're treating. It's like it's like a never ending. It's always gonna be there when you do that kind of thing. Where you like put out treat it like you're putting what ointment is that? The freaking like all these cortisols, like freaking what is that main one that everyone knows about?
What, lidocaine and or I don't know.
Neosporin,
Oh yeah. I use that all the time at our house.
right? That is, I think, it like fixes it for a second, but it ends up like as if it was like just you just kind of like patted it down, and it's like just waiting.
Vaseline. I mean, honestly,
It kind
it's
of
like
gives that presence, like it just comes back. It's like you're only like I don't know. There's something about
it gives you the relief or the feeling of, oh, there's vitamins A, B, and C or whatever in it.
yeah.
But
You get like immediate relief, but it's like sitting there. It was like an entity that's
and
gonna
it
like
is a barrier. I mean, yeah,
re-arise.
it's like baby diaper rash cream. So yeah, it's a barrier for it helps protect. I guess if you don't want anything to like get in it, you put that in a Band-Aid or whatever. You feel like it's healing because of the vitamins that you've been showed or told that was in it. I don't know. Like
Hi,
I said,
Kim.
we've used
Good
it
to
for
see you
years.
again.
Huh?
Kim's back.
Oh.
I wasn't a part of the panel, which is cool. Is that a dig there, Kim?
Oh. I don't know.
You were a part of the panel, so yeah.
Yeah, I think like maybe I probably shouldn't have kept kicking in my 10 cents about like what she should do. Like only you really honestly know how you should handle your situation, but I don't want you to be in pain. I hate that. I really do. Like I said, not just me, someone else. I think Deets, we can hear it. Like we can definitely hear in your voice that you're not feeling good. And I definitely I don't have anything but good intentions, and I don't want you to ever feel left out or anything like that.
What okay.
Because I don't know what I'm doing, so I can promise I'm not intentionally. I don't want to hurt anybody. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I thought everything went cool. I was actually curious of why you dropped down, Kim.
Yeah, I got scared. My overreacting ass.
Yeah, we thought that you like really fell. We saw like she fell, but I think it was like you fell off the chat or on the StreamYard.
Oh no.
Just kind of felt like I was important to the panel. You were. I thought that the discussion was going really well. When you like go back and listen to the live, I think you'll realize that everything was cool.
Yeah, and I have I have a tendency to jump in way too much, like I just did again. Like I have to hold my mouth literally closed sometimes because
it's tough. It really is tough to manage a channel for sure.
But yeah, you were doing great. But I know what you're saying. It was like you were trying to like be heard about how you were feeling, and I was giving you advice and stuff that we should listen more, and I didn't do that. I definitely sorry for that for sure, and
Yeah, it's
I'll try to
you
keep
know,
that in mind because I'm very sensitive too, and if it
and
affects
new to
me,
panel. It's tough when you're because like you've been on what that one panel with me with Rose like a year ago, right?
yeah,
And you did like musical type stuff, karaoke, and then this whole thing you're like running a channel now. So it's like this only happened like the last 2 weeks. So this is new to everyone here.
yeah.
So it's not, you gotta like accept that learning pains, growing pains type shit, you know. But
Yeah,
the
and
love
I
is
just
the love
you
is
know
there,
me.
Kim. So I mean, when you like re-listen, you know that we were like respecting you big time.
Yeah, and that's a topic. I mean, we've had that topic that kind of pulled apart in Rose's chat and other chats too, because there are different beliefs, and everybody wants ultimately for no one to hurt, but everyone goes about it in different ways, and not everyone agrees about that. Back to our parents, like we were saying, that just believes, whatever. They don't do the research. And then our generation who does the research and still may want to do it a different way than Dave or someone else. That is you, all you, baby. That's not us. I just want you to feel better. And long run, I think that's what they're looking at, long term. And I mean, for the moment, I hope that they can find some communication for you. That's it.
Yeah, that is really the great thing about the age we're living in right now, this moment in time. I mean, think about 20 years ago. You had to go to the library. If you're like not going to get your answers from the doctor, you had to like do your own research. So right now, you have actually a group right here that are trying to troubleshoot issues and help. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't find that in the like if you go back 20 years, this shit didn't exist, you know? So I mean, we can really make things happen with the collective. Like if I have a question, if I want to bring like someone in chat will go, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Boom, here's the answer. So like if we want answers, this is the environment. People that love and want to try and help and support each other. That's what we're living in right now. It's only going to get better, in my opinion.
Yeah, it looks like Truth Seeker is going to plant flowers. 74 degrees in Ohio. Wow. Shrimp sauce for rice. That sounds interesting. I don't like shrimp, but it sounds like a jambalaya type thing, maybe, which I do like, just not the shrimp. I like the sausage part of it.
I like not as much shrimp, but I like the prawns, like big ass prawns, fried. Dude, that sounds grubbing.
Yep. The southern accent's rubbing off on you. Because I'm about as southern as you can possibly get on the map. And I always laugh with Rose about that too, because she has the whole north-south thing. I'm like, me and you get along great, and I'm south as south can be, and she's like, yeah, you're an exception though. I'm like, yeah, you are right about that.
About what?
When she said you're an exception though. When I was about the southern thing, like Rose,
Oh, that I don't accept it at all.
It's the communication
that opinion at all.
thing, I think is what she's trying to say. I don't know. But
people have cliques, where they like get in their own little subreddit type shit where they're like freaking like, I get that, but I do not believe that there is like an opinion war when it comes to like where you're at and stuff. People just, if you're smart, dude, you're gonna be like, in one category.
Hang on a second, Kylie. I'll have to do another long shift. Sorry you didn't get to be in this combo. I have a lot to say on this topic too. I will definitely come back and we can talk about more because I mean I would be fine. Everybody, if you just want to share like what you're going through, because we don't have the answers. We ain't a we ain't we Dave and I, neither one are doctors. Dave's a doctor of love, but I'm not. I'm not a doctor. I'm just just trying to tell you. I think usually doctors listen to other doctors
Hi,
better
Kylie.
for whatever reason.
I'm wondering when she says I'm off to DI. What is DI?
But I see exactly what you're saying, Kim. I got you. You may not. I don't know. I don't know if you know me long enough, but like I can feel like I can subliminally look at you through the screen, and I 100% feel exactly what you're saying, and I hope that your doctor is on your side just like I am. Like I would stand by my patient's doctor and let them have these phone conversations together in the best interest that day for that patient that's fixing to have something done,
And I would also say, Kim, the best thing to do also is have a witness with you when you're talking to these people. If you're not going to have a camera in their face and recording the conversations, I would totally have a witness next to you and helping you pressure what you need. Do not let them discourage you when you feel like you really need something when it comes to pain management.
Oh, Deet says I don't sound Southern. Southern, which I'm going to pretend like I'll see if I can get away with pretending. That's cool. Yeah, like Gypsy said, an advocate. And I mean, sometimes you would have to find, if you're like me, Kim, and you don't have a lot of family or anybody like that, you may have to find like someone that you trust that's a close friend or
yes,
and neighbor, someone
you advocate
with, just someone you really that just to sometimes support, just to go through it, go to the doctor's office with you, whatever.
Well, what you did in your daughter's situation was, who did you go to really get the ball rolling for like support? Social worker.
And I said, you are the patient's advocate, not the hospital's, right? If you're the patient's advocate, then I'm coming to you and saying they're doing all the right things physically. And I'm so glad we're here in the right place. But behavioral, mental, that also affects your healing. And I don't think they're listening to her. So I won't talk. I literally will stand over here quiet as a mouse. I'll leave the room, but I want you to listen to her. And hey, it worked because
what happened? What did the staff do? How did they change?
The staff scattered. Not all of them were like trying to push it off on someone else. They were trying to rush us out of there. She was still really struggling, and they were like, "Well, that's just my job. That's all I can do." No, you can do better. You're supposed to do better. And I know these things, and I'm going to pick up the phone. I'm going to call. And I even told the lady, I was like, I could have called that CARES number, which is a more emergent thing, which would have kind of got everyone really pissed at me. But I just did it in the nicest way. I just went to whoever's supposed to be the patient advocate and, let her see, like, we're going to be heard, period. You may not like what we say. We may still get, thrown out at the end of the day, but you're going to hear this patient,
Right.
And so I think sometimes you have to make sure you're heard, whether, you get the answer that you're really seeking or not. And it's hard. It's so hard to even tell when you're talking to a doctor sometimes, or did they even get what I'm trying to say? Are they?
Yeah, you were talking to a wall until.
Yeah,
dude, this story, dude. This story is in her lives. If you really want to, really get into the nitty gritty of what happened there, but you weren't being listened to, and you figured it out. I remember you saying how proud you were. Your daughter was proud of you about how you stood up and and made things happen.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have done that for myself. It had to be my kid that pushed that button that made me be like, oh, hell no. picked up the phone like, I need the social worker in here now. Well, sorry that it's her day off. I need the next person. Like, I just kept on like, and I looked at the nurse and I was like, you're probably going to be out in the hall talking about me in a minute because, you know, I've worked in the situation. I know how it goes. I do not care. Don't give a fuck right now. Need you to listen to my kid's complaints. She had surgery less than 24 hours ago. You're going to at least hear
Yeah.
what she's saying.
Yeah,
You know.
time to go home. Bye. It's like, nope.
Mm-mm. And I mean, they after that, we got treated so differently. It was unreal. When we
How
did
so?
leave, when we left that morning, the nurse said, "Are you sure? Are you sure you feel okay to leave?" Whereas the night before, it was like, "I think we're fine to discharge. Y'all can go ahead." No, they kept on like, "Ma'am, are you sure?" Like they did not want us to feel like they were rushing us at all. They wanted to like double check temperature vitals. Like they were over, you know, just over making sure I knew I was heard, she was heard, we were heard. Like it was interesting, but like we were treated a lot better
I
because
think it's
it
a
was
great
like
story.
we're not going to be pushovers, and we also have, you know, we've educated ourselves enough to look at the hierarchy of who we need to call, what we, you know, need to say to actually get what's supposed to happen here to happen. Like this is a specialty hospital for children, and yeah, she's old enough to speak and actually, you know, tell you how she feels. She's not like, you know, some of the kids I'm sure in here can't verbalize, but she can. And I really need you to listen to her, you know? And I was like, I know there's overbearing parents. Trust me, I know. So I'll go out in the hallway. Seriously, if you think I'm just like trying to get a free night at the hospital, trust me, we don't want a free one. We've already had more than enough.
Mhm.
But yeah, that I had to come out of my normal, very quiet, I don't want controversy, I'm scared of people shell, and like just because I can do that at work, but I've never been able to just do it. I mean, I wouldn't be like just, I would have a million friends and just be super outgoing, but that's not me. I wish, I'm envious of that. That's just not. But when it counts, when it mattered, like something special came out that day, and I knew exactly what to say, who to call. I mean, just it just came naturally. And like one of my oldest daughter, who was not in the hospital bed, her mouth was just open, like, what the fuck? Like they've never seen me like really just go off like that. They saw my sister do it all the time. Like that was her thing. It was like, wait till my aunt gets a hold of you. But now that it's just me, it's kind of like, mom's not really going to do much of anything. She doesn't like controversy. But that day, I showed them a new side of me, and they were both happy. So, yeah, BH, I don't think you offended anybody at all.
Nah,
I
man.
think it's
He's just
frustrating.
like talking from what he knows.
Yeah, I think
Everyone in here is
it's-
just talking from their own experiences.
yeah, and I
You
think
can't
like,
offend anyone just by having an opinion on,
No,
especially
and
when it
you-
comes to health. This
My-
is like
and-
such an open-ended thing, you know? No one knows exactly how to, you know, her situation is like super in depth and there's so many tangents. It's impossible to be the answer guy, you know? But I
well, I don't
the
think
things that
she
BH said,
expected that at
I
all.
respect it completely. You know, I totally saw where he was coming from.
Yeah, I
As
think
anyone in here,
everybody was
it's
chipping
all
in some
opinions.
info.
We
You
ain't
know?
doctors.
Yeah. Wait, I don't know how to scroll back up, so I don't know. I was hoping I didn't miss anything that she said, because I don't want Kim to be upset about it. Like I usually see like her channel every day, and she tries to post positive, uplifting things to help pull herself, you know, up. I know, like, so I know it's got to be a struggle, and I don't.
Actually, Gypsy, I get what you're saying, and I think there is a whiplash that's happening where, like my uncle, those
Agreed,
stories,
Gypsy.
right? Those stories are maybe why doctors are so sensitive now, because there is lawsuits. There
Yeah,
jail
it's
time.
a huge
Jail time.
liability. But yeah, doctors are terrified, to be honest. I mean, you can have I've had the same doctor for 15 years, and she is just amazing internal medicine doctor, not just family practitioner. Like, she's wonderful. So when I do have to go see her, I know that she'll always, do anything she can to help me and help my situation. But after I fell and I had all of those broken bones, and I'm trying to stand up 5'10", 5'11" on these broken feet, and I don't want to have surgery because I have, 2 kids. I don't need like 18 screws in my feet and ankles. So I'm going through a lot of crap. And the whole time she explains to me, like, this is what she is limited as far as her parameters for any type of pain management or anything. And she's like, I know you worked, with Dr. Camp, blah, blah, blah. And so she knew the doctor that I worked with and stuff. She knew I was, educated on how, dangerous this could be, which it doesn't matter. Dependency can happen to anybody. Addiction can happen to anybody. I understand all that. Dependence can happen quick when you're in a lot of pain. It can. And so I get why they're
saying that. Crowdsourcing. You have that term right there is what we're doing.
Dependence.
We're trying, to just like process and translate, and you guys in chat having your comments help expand that. And Gypsy, thank you, saying this is an important live. That is awesome to say, and these discussions are hard to talk about. I hate talking about depressing shit. If anyone knows me, I am like the first person that goes, it should be about the fun, right? That's me. But
and
sometimes
I want you to know, BH, I want to tell you
these
again,
tangents.
You were so sweet, and I think you're trying to share, just like Dave, like a more holistic approach. I mean, you've been nothing but great the whole time you've visited the channel last night, saying or whatever day, I don't even know what day it is anymore, but no, I really don't think you did anything. I think it was an overwhelming amount of well, you could do this, you could do, and when someone's in pain, like, it's all like, oh, just, it's a lot. And I think, I don't know, I don't want to speak for her, but if it was me, that might be what made me just be like, okay, I need a minute. Like, that's a lot. And I'm still in pain. I'm literally still in pain. And also this conversation. So,
and also it's like a lot of information to process.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're coming at it from all different directions, trying to heal it from all different directions.
Yeah.
But when you really, if you go back and look at it, I think the one thing that really stands out to me is that you need to go back to your doctor. You need to go back to the hospital. You need a person with you. Don't go alone. Have a witness. And if you really want to like back it up like 100%, have that camera rolling so you can hear everything they said, and you can always reflect on how are they responding to your questions, and ask as many questions as possible and tell them what you're feeling and get their responses. That is the best way to heal your problem, to me.
Yeah, I just hope she can get that kidney stone busted up and out. It changes so much. It really, just getting those out, or however many, I don't know, getting it out. Yeah. See, Gypsy just said can't catch your breath. It is, you can tell, like, you can definitely tell in somebody's voice. And I just, maybe she can get the solution to that, and we can all, figure out some. I mean, I know I need to find out some better ways of handling all kinds of shit in my life. One, I need to drink water. I know that. I know I need to. It's just, am I? Probably not. But should I? Yeah. So this is the thing. I know what I need to do. It's just doing it. I think that's most of us. Like, we know there's something in our life we want to change, or that we need fixed, or whatever, and we just haven't done it yet. Like, we know.
My cure-all, right, for me, to suggest to everyone, is fall in love with salsa. You know? Make like a, you know, I don't know, like buy a bunch of tomatoes, chop that, dice it up, and buy a bunch of I prefer yellow onions, right? And garlic, and crush it, you know, and make like this awesome salsa, which is like grubbing as hell.
Three
You
dot salsa.
This is it, man. Freaking, I think salsa is kind of like the staple of health, right? You put all, you know, cucumber, whatever, like you, but I think the base has to be like tomato, onions, and garlic. And then you like add other things in there, and you know, fuck it. You know, you got the corn chips, but it's negative. But I mean, that is the way to kind of like dish it in there with that little salty flavor. And I think that you actually will have something that goes in your system that really spreads out to your whole body, and it will like thank you for that. You know, in my opinion, I'm not a doctor. And
Yeah.
cilantro, exactly. You freaking like, you just make the that little bowl, right? And make it fresh. Make it, you know, don't be like put it in the fridge for like a week and shit. Make it right there, boom. You know, go to the store, bam, bam, bam. Like 5 tomatoes, a couple onions. Really go hard on the onions, and freaking like a few cloves of garlic, and freaking like grub the shit out of that. And like, that's your meal. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you right now, that's like gold. Platinum. Cool,
Oh, yeah,
crazy.
I just now saw where she was saying, BH, you could do some videos about your opinion or your type of like a more like holistic approach to not even like medical advice, but just like almost like a more zen, like I said, like meditation, other things, you know, that people can do and that maybe they don't know about until they're in like a chat and they see something or they watch a video or whatever. I don't know if you are like wanting to do that or not, but I think, who was it, Crazy Chicken Lady, she said that she liked hearing about it and you should do a video. But Dave's the hype man about videos. I'm just saying, like, if that's something you would ever want to do, I think there's definitely people who want to hear more natural ways, or are even stuck into a position of they have no other choice at this point but more natural ways. So I think it's I don't know. I don't think that was a problem. I think it's a good thing that you shared that. I think I needed to let her talk, and I'm so sorry, Kim. I really am. That's it. When you have somebody up on panel,
She had quite a while. You know what I mean? Like, she had her, you know, she like told us her situation, and we like, I thought we worked really hard on every possible avenue, you know? I mean, I can get how someone doesn't feel like they're heard, but I mean, we heard it. We know where you're at. You know, we kind of, if you like reflect on the live, you heard every possible help that could be provided, I thought.
Sometimes
from our ignorance.
Yeah, and I think sometimes, like I just said, like her being the only other thing is when you're in that bad pain, like right then and there, like it, you honestly need someone to comfort you or say, I'll go with you, or like whatever. And it's things like obviously that we couldn't do other, like we could comfort you and I could learn how to listen a hell of a lot better. And I'm sure you have other friends on here that you're much closer to, but you know, right now, that's what I think anybody who's in that kind of pain is seeking, which is any kind of comfort. And I know we're throwing all this stuff at you, and that's like not really at this moment comforting. So, but just know we have good intentions, and none of us
that's exactly, Kim. You know, I get how you're feeling, and really, this is new to us when it comes to like dealing with issues like what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, when you came up here, we weren't expecting to hear this. Okay, cool. Because friggin', I mean, when you like re-listen to this live, you will see how much effort was put into supporting you. And if you look at chat, you also hear that too.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you'll hear me and Dave yelling, "No, what I'm about to say." Me and him, more me. I'm like, "No, me, no." Like feel like I'm gonna say it, and I have to be more. I mean, even more careful about doing that to Dave. Like we all forget shit we're saying, and when you interrupt me, same deal. When I interrupt him, like. But I'm in a bad habit. You've probably watched me do it about 8 times since you've been on here. I interrupt him, and I own it. I apologize. I'm really bad about interrupting people. Period. Like my kids tell me, please just shush for one moment. So let me get my point across.
No. My turn.
Yeah, it's Dave's
I don't.
turn.
Yeah, I don't trip off that at all. Hi, Gypsy, and I think you're cool. So I've always like thought you are cool. So I support you. I might not be there like all the time, but I am a supporter.
Okay, I don't know what happened. Oh, yeah, Deets, you've never been on a panel. Did we talk about that earlier? Yeah. We were trying to get you to come up on a panel.
And Kim, I don't know if it like went past you, right? But I think that a lot of times in your situation, a history where you're like chronically on an opiate, they tend to not want to further that nowadays. And so I think that you could be in that kind of like that gray realm where they don't want to further a problem, right? So when you're on something for so long, like if you like talk to anybody that smokes weed, right? Those got people that smoke every day, all day long, for like months and months and months, that they're like immune, like they can't get high anymore, right? So like if I who don't smoke weed, but once in a blue moon, one puff gets me high as fuck, right? I'll get stoned and like I'll talk my ass off, freaking like, dude. If you want me to like freaking like be entertaining as hell, hand me like some badass weed. I will freaking boom. I'll just like be entertaining as hell. People are like, what the hell just happened, right? So if I smoke,
it was the Molly day.
Yeah, right. That whole Molly thing. Yeah, I do. That's so crazy. But I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like, freaking you're on Vicodin basically 24/7 as like just like you're getting dosed for I don't know how long you've been on it, right? But you did say that you're like taking it like as if it was like never ending. That's how I kind of interpreted it. So,
well, it's considered like maintenance. Like this is you're gonna be in
the
serious
pain
pain.
management.
So
but what happens is you get accustomed to it, right? And now it doesn't work anymore because it's been so long ongoing. So now you got to up it. So that way we go from like 50 milligrams to 100, and then you get accustomed to that, and then you get in that realm where it's like this could be like life-threatening type. Who knows? I don't know your dosages and shit, but I mean, think about what the doctor's looking at. This could be an issue when it comes to like that I was the guy that gave her that. So I mean, I really think that you need to get into the doctor and have a witness, talk to like Mermaid did, get an advocate, really have a discussion, a hard discussion that's documented. And if you really have pain that you cannot deal with, you need to maybe, get in there and be in the hospital for a little bit and have it be managed in the hospital and, witnessed and have it go that way, in my opinion.
And that's like if they'll keep you these days in the hospital, they try to get you in
Right.
and out.
And it's like so hard because of funds. Who can afford, when it's at one point your insurance doesn't work, you gotta it's out of pocket. It's like it's so sketchy. It's so sad. I really feel for her. I hope she figures it out.
Yeah, like I said, I don't want anyone in pain, but I definitely don't have the answers. That's for damn sure. I wish.
Me either. I mean, I try.
Not all of them. I have ideas. Like here's idea 1, 2.
Yeah,
But
like
my
BH,
whole
he's
thing,
like just
I told
talking
you-
what he knows.
Yeah, I told you earlier, like with the whole construction or getting things fixed, I really believe the doctor-to-doctor phone conversation or whatever would work a lot better. It just like if I had a dude standing by me when I talk to someone about fixing this or cutting this tree limb or whatever.
Right.
Totally different. They come
Support.
at you with a totally different attitude. And, he would be, whoever the dude would be, my advocate, kind of, my safeguard. And
I think you're right.
Your doctor,
I think that,
talking
like
to
you were
another
saying,
doctor.
like men, right, get more
Yeah.
respect than women. I
Because
mean,
of-
that's just like inherent.
Yeah, well, and because of like where I'm located, and if they know, it's just me, it's an opportunity to kind of rip somebody off in a nice way and be like, well, while we're here, we could go ahead and, this, that, and the other. And before you know it, you're in way too deep. And they probably wouldn't have been able to pull that on, a guy that knows a lot about mechanical stuff. He would have been like, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, we're not going there. So it's a different vibe if it's a guy talking to a guy, definitely, and then a doctor talking to a doctor. So just I don't know why. I wish it didn't make a difference. It shouldn't, but unfortunately it does.
Kylie's got to go. Damn it. She's like,
Where is she?
I would like to stick around, but I can't. And she's like, great live. Dude, that's awesome. Good live. Mermaid Marathon.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Kylie,
Let's
spend the night.
go.
We had a slumber party, Kylie. I'm glad you got to come for a little bit.
We're never going to get like just a Kurt Cobain part 2 ever.
Yeah, wait, I'm not gonna pressure you to do it. You can do it whenever you want to, sweetheart. Whenever
you
want
too. Do it on your own. If I show up, that's all good. But I mean, you can do it. I know this.
I mean, I know I can do it. I don't know why, but I feel like since we started it together, that would be my first like thing where I've like played something and then stopped. You know what I'm saying? That's my first time I've done that. So I don't know. I just felt like we did well with that. And I don't know. I want to see that through if possible. If not, I get it. But
Well, I'm super curious in chat. Has any one of you watched that 11-hour live that we did where we talked about Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love? Did any one of you see any of that?
But
I mean, I
none of
understand
us-
like it would be insane to watch it all.
But
I mean,
we also didn't start that until close to the end. If you think about it, like we decided to do that kind of at the end. Like we had already been going 5 or 6 hours before, you know what I'm saying? Before we even talked about that video. It's not
I don't know.
not a whole
I can't
solid
remember.
11
Like, I
hours.
feel like it was like the whole thing was about that. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I loved it though. It was like start and stop. I love it.
Who else? We had some people come in, so I know it wasn't completely about that. I just don't know what all else we talked about because we've talked about all kinds of shit. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, it's definitely there. There's definitely hours of it. I just don't think I think it's probably half. And that's just a guess. I'll look today and see.
Oh, good one, Gypsy.
You watched it, Gypsy? or
Thank
listened
you.
to it?
The whole thing. I cannot believe that. You're liar.
I'm
You'd have to like,
I'm so sorry for you, Kim.
I know how you work.
Thinking about you.
You got shit to do. You can't watch it all.
I mean, really, with us, it was more listening because I was just holding, my phone up. I didn't have, which they weren't really doing anything in the video either. It was just
Just
some
messing around,
interviews
Gypsy.
and but to me, it sounded good for me to just be holding my phone up, and like we both kind of reacted to it in our own way. It's just
I knew
I
it.
had to have you say, "Okay, back to the video now," because I was gonna keep rambling, you know.
Yeah, but I
And
gotta say, Gypsy, respect. Even if you like watched parts, that's what I kind of felt it was gonna be. 11-hour live. That is like we did like just recently. That's a weird one too. Is right? Can you imagine like someone going, "I'm gonna like focus on listening to that whole bunch of shit"? You know what I'm saying? But I have to say, we are entertaining. If you're like bored, stick that earpiece in your ear and like do your dishes and listen to our ass just talking out of our asses.
I mean, to me, it's just literally like you're eavesdropping in on a phone call, kind of. And that's why we're
Facts.
like, "Hey, join the party line over here," you know. And we had Katie up here earlier. We had BH. So we've had a few people jump up here. Like I said, and Kim. The more that jumps up here, the merrier. Otherwise, y'all are just listening in on me and Dave's phone call. And I have no idea what we're going to talk about next. So
Yeah, no, it's
y'all
an
tell us. Like,
evolution. I've heard more power in your voice in the last few days, where it's like you're embracing what's happening here. Like you're emboldened. There's something about like the vibe. StreamYard is now opening up. You're getting new voices in here. I think that it's only going to get better. It's going to be happy times.
I mean, yeah, I hope that with time I learn how to do a whole lot of stuff and I feel a lot more confident. And like I said, I totally appreciate you spending 11, who knows how many hours today over here.
Don't mention it.
Then you get
And I think that everyone should hit the like, subscribe
have a
if
nap.
you haven't.
Yep.
And if you can, the effort is weird because you could like go back a video. You don't have to watch it. You could just like go on it and click a like on those videos. That's the kind of like commitment to just making someone happy type shit, where when someone like looks at it, they're going, "Wow, this has like 1 million likes." And it's like, I mean, that is like when you're watching a live where maybe they don't have like what's her name? We just had her on here. Dazed. Like if you like go in here in our live, you guys have like all these devices laying around, right? If you like just turn on your TVs, like the internet on them, and like make them as viewers. When someone looks at a channel and you see viewers, like personally, like maybe there's, instead of like 5, there's 20. People tend to want to like gravitate to those channels. I mean, I know it's like a gaffle, it's like a trick, but I mean, if you personally, one person can be 3, that's a big deal. So like everyone think about that when they like these smaller channels that are like striving and trying to be important. Be 3, in my opinion. That's my opinion of really committing to trying to make someone successful and furthering someone that is trying to be important. Let's make them important, make them more important, make your voice heard.
I mean, and like me, even if I don't have time to listen, I usually try to like save like to watch later, and I sometimes put it on double speed and try to catch up if I'm trying to stay, in the loop. Even if I don't, I go to almost all of my people's thing and give them a like, because I feel like that's kind of the least I can do. So even if I call it a charity, like if I don't watch it, but I most of the time watch at least some of it to see, okay, the next time I come in here, I want to kind of know what's been going on. So I have like a little small circle that every day I go around and I make sure, I'm liking everything that's going on, because I would, I would love to have that kind of, support back. For me, seeing a like is like, it's a huge deal. There's people that get hundreds of likes, and you know what, yay for them. And they're going for big things. For me, one thumbs up is encouragement, so.
That's very true.
And even
Yeah.
like there are people that I watch that already have a lot of likes within 5 minutes of posting a video. It doesn't matter. I really like them, respect them, and I'm probably going to go back and watch the video if I can possibly fit it in, and I'm going to give them a like anyway. So I go ahead and do that. I don't necessarily have to wait until I've watched it all to do that. I know some people do, because they feel like, well, that's not really, being 100% honest. If I just, go ahead and hit something and say I like it when I haven't watched it. I do it to support the person, and then I watch it, as soon as I can, or however I can, listen to it, whatever.
Yeah,
Fall
Gypsy,
into it
Gypsy
even.
just dropped a Truth Seekers channel, and I think Gypsy should like get her own little drop. I would say, Gypsy, drop it yourself. Drop it like it's hot.
Yeah.
Let freaking
you got her
everyone,
rent.
everyone that has at a channel that really wants to get a sub or two, this would be the perfect time. You're all kind of mods, so, and I think Truth should actually have to be modded. So let's give her that.
This
love.
is funny. Look at what Gypsy put. This is hilarious.
What you got?
About Courtney Love. Just the mere fact she's saying about eating all the cake makes you hate the bratty slut. The girl with the most
Yeah,
cake.
talking about she's not a Courtney fan. I'm with you. I'm 100%.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
mean,
anybody's gonna be once we get through whoever gets through reading.
I don't think there is many out there. Period. I mean, maybe like 20% of anyone that like thinks about that whole situation.
I like to sing her music. I mean, that's just me. I guess because my voice fits, I like singing her music. But other than that, like, she is
Gypsy. It's all good.
ooh, she's something. Let's see.
I like your takes.
Wait, what did she say? Other than that?
Oh, just like
Oh, I
drop your
thought
own
she had
channel,
a new one. I was
you know?
like, because
It's all
Gypsy is hilarious. Sometimes I don't think you even mean to be, and like I'm dying because you said something. I don't remember something yesterday you were saying when the roofing people were there. Like, you usually have me cracked up about something. So when I saw
That's
that,
funny that you
I
said
wanted
that.
to put the links, but then I was like, oh no, I got to go back to that comment.
You probably didn't hear it, Gypsy, but she was saying, like, I was hoping that you would like show the freaking like the construction guys walking around like the handsome dudes. Like she was like, but you never did.
Yeah, I
So-
missed it. If you did, I was waiting to see the.
Everybody was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna get some like some eye candy." And you never gave it up.
Yeah, if she did, I missed it. I'll have to go back and catch it. You'll parody her? Okay, cool. That would be fun. We'll have Gypsy dressed up like Courtney Love.
Oh wow!
She did Apollonia at Halloween, on Halloween. I don't even know how to say it. On Halloween, yeah. The chick from Purple Rain. Did you see it?
I remember that movie. Yeah,
But
I
you
liked
remember
it. It was
seeing?
good.
Did you see Gypsy dressed up for Halloween?
Oh wait, no. I was just talking about Purple Rain, the movie.
Yeah, the chick in Purple Rain, Gypsy dressed up like her, Apollonia, for
Right.
Halloween.
I haven't seen that movie in a long ass time.
She did. She looked good. The way she had her hair and everything, like, she did a good job.
Anything about her being exposed had me interested. Plus, I watched Dave Grohl story afterwards. Okay.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy.
So, Gypsy, being that you watched, like, kind of our live, did you think that guy that was like you were listening to was credible, honest? Just curious. I mean, really, have a take.
Which
Did you
guy?
think he was? Well, she says that she watched what's his name? Spy Guy.
Oh, okay.
What's his name?
I don't remember exactly.
Spy, like conspiracies. There was something like kind of like worse with conspiracy.
Is it the one that was on Lainey's channel, the Frank?
No, the one we played, the one we were like using as
Oh,
content.
Spy Fox.
Spy Fox.
Yeah.
There you go. So I mean, that guy. I mean, I don't know. It's so weird because, Mermaid's saying like, "Wow, he might be sketchy because he got a box like from the
But it
Cobains."
ain't just that. You can listen. You can scroll on down, and you'll see there's other things that people have commented, and they're like, "Okay, it's been 3 months. What about that, dipshit?" Like, there's people in the comments that apparently he has promised things to and not delivered. So
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Sounds like haters to me.
I mean, yeah, there's just a lot of them. For me to like see those very first comments, the way that people reacted, I would have been like, okay, that's a weird ass looking label, but let's see what's in it. Like I wouldn't necessarily go as deep. I didn't even read the best one. It's like the third one down or whatever.
What's the best one?
I don't even know. Let me see if I can find it, because whoever wrote it, you can tell they're a writer. Like,
Well, I thought it was weird because, like, when you think about like someone who has like 100,000 subscribers, you figured there'd probably be more than 71 comments or whatever, how many there were.
well, that was just, I mean, he had just posted that yesterday. If you look back at other posts, he had like 300 and some odd. I got to find
Right.
this dude. Because one of them was just so funny that you couldn't deny it. Because what I was watching was, did Courtney really love Kurt? That's what I was trying to watch before I got on here, because it was like not too long. It was 29 minutes. It's got a lot of stuff about her and the Smashing Pumpkins dude. But somehow,
Yeah, Gypsy. Yeah, dude, for sure he was. What it wasn't, actually, if you like listen to everything, there was no will. He actually was requesting a will being made. That's the story there. So he wasn't like, oh, change it so that she's not on it. He wanted to have one made that she would not be on it. That is the story. It's like freaking he literally was going, I know something's happening here. I need to make a will right now that gives everything to my daughter. Facts.
okay, I found it. And there's a couple, but this is one. This dude went all out. Chuck Tutchin. Anyway, you're the precipitous of either falling into obscurity by letting down a now huge number of currently distrustful fans, or breaking the entire case wide open. The choice is yours, obviously. Make the right call and release a live stream or a new straightforward video showing us the real deal. If you don't follow through for us, we will leave in mass exodus and go to another channel that is focused on the truth of Kurt Cobain's demise. I'm pulling.
Wow. You know what I hear there? Just from what you just said, he is like that one voice that is like, I am the leader. We will like revolt. That is the biggest troll I've ever heard.
There's some more. This one, I'm pulling for the truth, not necessarily you. You can regain some semblance of credibility if you truly have the footage and are ready to come forward with the whole truth. So let's go.
No, Gypsy, he wasn't changing his will. He didn't have a will. He called up like, God, what's her name? She's like the lawyer for, I don't know. It's so, oh my God, we got to like find that and like repost it for like, just so everyone knows. He wasn't changing his will. He was literally making a will. He requested the will to happen. He wanted he specifically said to her that I want to have Courtney off here. I want it to be only for my daughter. My shit goes to her. And he died before he could sign it. That's how it worked. No changing. Creation.
Yeah, somebody else put, Let's hope he doesn't delete this post and not mention it anymore, like the documentary that we all have been waiting for. Such a shame. I really had high hopes for this documentary too. If that box doesn't contain a literal smoking gun, then I am done, Charles. You've strung us along far enough. Teenage angst has paid off. Well, now I'm bored and I'm old. Serve the servants. We can't all send you Patreon money, but we do love your content and we miss it. Best wishes to you and your family. You really need to pull it together, though.
I find these comments so. I mean, he could delete those if he wanted to. He could. He could say, "Yeah, no, I don't like that one. Bye." He could like make that whole thing like look totally like slanted his direction. I think it's awesome that he allows those to stand there and be seen, because that really does kind of expose people for who they are, you know, when it comes to their takes and shit. But I mean, there are people out there, and you know, if I was Courtney Love, I would be like, if you like, you know how like in YouTube we have alts that can like say anything they want. I would hire 1,000 alts and talk the shit out of him, because he ain't her friend.
Well, and a lot of people are promoting other channels in here or documentaries like this one. I think it sounds like it would be good. I don't know, but it's called Soaked in Bleach. And it says, guys,
Yeah,
soaked
no,
in bleach.
that's part of our like series. You didn't hear that, or have we not gotten there?
We've talked about bleach, but I didn't know there was something that was called Soaked in Bleach.
No,
anyway, Soaked in
hold on.
Bleach.
Let me like from what I remember is that from what's happened here is that Courtney convinced Kurt's mom to be a part of this documentary that made Kurt look like a drug addict, right?
Okay, yeah.
And so what happened is that what's his name? The drummer? Who's the drummer?
Grohl.
Grohl's mom did a book, and in that process talked to her, Kurt's mom, and asked her about, you know, why did you do that? And she's like, I got tricked. And freaking like, if you really want the answers to what I believe, look at exactly what you said, that documentary.
Yep, Soaked in Bleach is what it's called.
Bam.
I haven't seen it yet, so you watch it and we can, I don't know, maybe I will actually get around to watching it. But there's so much good stuff. Honestly, even this guy that they're crap talking on here, he's constantly posting really, you know, informative, good stuff. I don't know what all he's promised these guys in the past, apparently, that he didn't come through with some type of documentary. But, and it is
Can you imagine
weird.
the pressure? There's pressure there, right?
Yeah.
If you like talked maybe a month ago and said, yeah, I'm trying to like make this like this film, right? I'm going to make this film. And like people are going, well, you tapping your toe. Well, when's it coming? Well. It's like freaking.
You got to admit, I mean, the only thing I got to give these people, and this is just me looking at it raw, not knowing a lot of anything, is that label and that whole thing. Like, I don't even know why he did it other than to maybe get a conversation going, because it looks so unrealistic. Like, the thing's not even taped to it yet. Like, I don't know. I have a lot of doubts that is the package that actually came in the mail. It just doesn't look like.
I don't know. I don't know. I've been like watched maybe like, I don't know, a lot of his videos, right? I mean, I haven't like stretched out big time like to other like things that he's covering and stuff, right? I really focused because of you bringing up that you're going to do Nirvana. That's the only reason why I even found this guy.
Yeah. And
all the videos I saw, he seemed kind of at the beginning, kind of maybe in that area of he has a lot of opinions, which like creators like fall into that, especially when you're like starting out, right? You tend to kind of have opinions where he transitioned into more facts, where it's like, friggin' this happened. This is documented. He really focused on the facts. You know, this is the police report. This is the daughter talking. This is that. It's like friggin', he like stopped having like
Uh-oh.
his
Hang on.
opinions, you know?
She said Kim just posted a video. I hope she's okay. Okay.
But she was getting no cake. So like that whole is that like part of like her whole
It's a song. Yeah.
song? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get you.
And she
It's
named
funny.
her
You're funny,
documentary.
Gypsy.
Is that? So she might have went over there to see what her live was about, but I don't know if she's come back yet. But yeah, there's a documentary. I had already saved a bunch of stuff and put it in a folder, and I was going to go through it. And when I started looking at it today, I was like, "Damn, that's the same dude Dave was already, talking about." So he is a lot of the things I had already picked out, and he actually is the one who has that documentary of hers posted, "The Girl with the Most Cake." So I bet it's interesting because we can clearly tell he's not a fond person, not fond of her. So I'm guessing it's going to be geared more toward she's not the best person. And
Yeah,
here's why.
I think that's how I kind of interpret it too, because that's how I believe. I believe the same thing. That
But
when
she's
you
put
look
out
at
shit now that's making her look like, the poor. She has put out her own take on it. And then I think at one point she just was like, screw it. I'm not going to keep paying money defending myself. I am what I am, And
Who,
she embraced it.
Courtney,
Yeah. And like I said, she embraced it. She didn't spend a lot of time or money trying to change people's mind on what she was or wasn't.
no, she'll never. She knows exactly who she is. Everyone really knows that. That's just how it is, man.
I didn't understand the part. Yesterday,
I mean, just think about he was requesting a will to be made where she's being X'd out.
I hate
He
she
dies
feels that
before
way
he can
because
he can sign it.
I would never want her to feel that.
That will
way
forever
ever.
taint her.
That makes me I don't want her to feel sad or feel like that.
What?
Kim. She just said that read Gypsy's post or
She
her
stated
comment.
she
I don't
was
wanna
feeling used, and I don't understand that part. I spent yesterday with my son and missed her live. She's been mad at me since. The way I see it, she's hurting. She has issues, right? And when she's saying she's not being heard, she was heard. She was on there for what, 30 minutes? 30 minutes. Count it. I guarantee you. She had her take.
You don't necessarily, this is just me guessing, is I think when you are in pain, like you're in that current moment, that all of these other things, like they all are good ideas and they sound good and whatever, but like you just kind of need comfort. And it's hard to just come out and say that, like, if y'all don't mind, just like comfort me, like I'm really having a rough day or whatever. And I don't know if she thought we were trying to use her as some type of example or something, because I definitely,
not at all.
I'm not trying to do that with anybody. My freaking life, I've told part of my life story on here, is nothing to just trust me. I'm in no position to say anything other than I have been beside a good doctor who dealt with those things, and I just saw how it worked. I saw how they interacted and how shit got taken care of. So I hope that's what happens, for your case, because I don't want you to hurt.
Right. No, dude, I mean, Kim, if you're listening or you've heard this, like you're hearing this, you were given a platform. Your voice got heard here and was definitely expanded on, and we did our best to help you. I don't think that you should think that you're being used in any way. I mean, I am like the biggest person when it comes to lives about, I'm like, no, this is not the place to talk about, like suicide or like things like that. I've always been like the guy, this is a fun place. We're like, this is for fun. Like this is like exactly what happened tonight. When it comes to that, is exactly where I would shy away. I'd be the first one to drop down. I don't want to be a part of it. I've seen lives where it's like, it gets so dramatic. people get so invested in people's, stories, and it goes like so to the point that creators have to like delete their lives because of like the drama. Go like into back chat after like the live's over and have like half an hour discussions to help people out when they're stressed out and shit. And it's like, dude, I've seen it. I've been in those, and I was like, dude, this is not where I don't know. Call me like an asshole, but I mean, totally don't want to be a part of those kind of things. I like friggin' like did my best to have, from what I knew, to help you in the best way I could. There was no using involved. 100%, 100 for Mermaid or myself. So
Yeah, the only thing I will,
I'm with
own,
Gypsy
I
praying,
interrupt a lot, and I did pressure. I kind of was like, "Oh, come up here. You do your own channel. You can come up." So I did that, and I'm sorry, and I do hope you feel better. That's really kind of the only thing I know to say right now.
Right.
And I mean, that's
that's
I'm
the problem with a pinning StreamYard.
Yeah. What helped break up stones naturally? Do you know of anything? No. I wish I
And no
do
matter
know.
what happens or what's happening, hit that like and subscribe, because Mermaid is open. So this is like new, and take it like the good and bad. It's all about just like community and hanging out.
Yeah, and everybody, like you see and hear where Gypsy's posted, definitely all, send positive thoughts Kim's way, because we do want her to feel better. And just everybody, there's everybody struggling with something, everybody has something
Facts.
that they're,
No, it's endless. I mean, if we really want to go, like, that's all, like, I don't know, we were hearing something, or I mean, if you want to like feel good about yourself, think about someone that's like more in pain than you, more sadness than you, and you will feel better. Everyone, like it, I don't know, Kim, think about like someone who has it worse than you. You know what I mean? It's like friggin', that's how you feel better.
it's still, I get I get kind of where she's coming from, and it's just when I don't, like you said, you wouldn't come here when you were feeling a certain type of way. You would kind of just like hang back at home and kind of feel however you needed to feel, hang out with your pet or whatever, your best friend, whatever the hell. Like for some people, I think you're feeling bad, and then you end up, you're on a panel, and like you don't really feel like being up there to begin with. So it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel, none of it.
No, I would totally, I would just ditch. I would, if I wasn't like a part of your situation, I would have totally like, yeah, I'm out. Be like, I hope everything works out, peace, and and ditch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I sat here and like was doing my best, and I think everyone in chat was doing their best. And to like actually point your finger at us, saying that you weren't being heard, I think is bunk.
I do wish I knew something naturally to break them up, but I don't. I know my Mountain Dew didn't help mine. That's the only testament I can for sure give. But I also wasn't willing to let go of it, and that's on me. If I get another one, God, I hope not. But
I mean, I really would ask her, what did you expect? I mean, what was your expectations? What did you want to happen here? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a hard one for me.
yeah, I don't know.
You're right, Gypsy. It is more. I don't know, because I'm not a female, but I can imagine that like passing stones through
Yeah,
a
I've heard.
sized pee hole.
Yeah, I've heard from
Let's
a lot
ask
of guys that it's bad.
Let's ask Forrest.
Yeah. Yeah, Forrest actually, yeah, recently he was up there talking about it on I think Dazed one night, laughing about he'd given it names or given one of them a name or something. I don't remember. Something funny. You know how he's always making people laugh. But yeah, I've heard, and I'm guessing he could probably back it up that it's not okay at all. It hurts really, really bad. From what
But
I
you know, men tend to be more um resilient to pain. You know, I mean, it's kind of like almost inbred in us to walk it off. You know, like freaking like be a trooper type shit. They don't like, you know, I think that men tend to be more of like that ignoring, you know, and not
Yeah.
like discussing it, and to their detriment, you know, in a lot of ways. Exactly. You know, I'm not a female, so but I can empathize for sure. I'm a big empathizer with females.
Yeah, I mean, I do have to give you credit, just even when, if you didn't even know I was in a chat and I saw you like that night on Easy's, like you are one of the only men who will jump in a ring and like say, you know, let me speak up, you know, from the female point of view, like, no, they deserve to have a right to blah, blah, blah. Like very, very few people would, you know, go against the grain there. I love
I have never heard anyone talk like me ever. Ever. I have never heard a dude stand up like I did on that live.
Me neither.
I think
And
that
thought it
actually
was-
that my live on that channel should like be like stolen and like put around. You know what I'm saying? Like Gypsy, you should probably like go and like just like take a snapshot there, like that discussion, and like put it on your channel so that it gets more views, because I think that what I was saying there is kind of like that flag for women, you know, like freaking like, yeah, dude, I felt like actually a lot of women that were listening to it were against it. But I mean, what they're doing is they're talking against themselves, their rights, their ability to have freedom. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I don't know.
Gypsy
I mean, I
does-
even had that discussion with, I know, it's like, what's his name? Rich. We had like we had a debate on roses, and
Yeah,
freaking
I
that
didn't-
went pretty viral in my mind.
Yeah, I didn't get to hear it all, but from what I understand, it's something that's like shelved. Y'all are not going to be discussing that anymore.
Hi, Gypsy. Or are you saying
She's
What are you
saying her
saying there?
husband is out on the couch after putting up some curtains, I think.
dude, she's like so emojiing or whatever.
I'm usually
is that?
pretty good at
It's a
reading emojis.
couch with a lamp and a camera taking a snapshot and a bed and
She's
seeds.
taking pictures of him sleeping after he hung up some curtains. He hung up curtains and like he's already tired
Oh,
of taking naps. So
I
she's
wasn't like
laughing.
reflecting on the comment before. I was just like trying to decipher the hieroglyphics of those images.
See, I send a lot of emojis, and like my kids have told me, like that emoji does not mean what you think it does. And see, I do mostly like the smiley face ones, but I'll pick one that I think like, okay, that's a cute face or whatever, and I'll
Right,
put
that
it.
fits. And that could
Well,
be
you know
like
what?
totally like against like, oh my god, I can't believe you said that.
Yeah, I've put some interesting emojis and then regretted it later for sure. Like, whoa, some of them definitely regretted. I need to look.
You know what's
up
really
what
cool
they
about
mean.
YouTube?
What?
Nothing ever like lasts. Nothing ever stands. Right? No
Because
matter how
it's
much you think
something
it's like
bigger
important,
and-
like right then that moment, it really is your it's the big picture when it comes to creators or people, right? It really is like your overall who you are, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't get to like define down to like fucking up an emoji or like one little thing you said, you know what I'm saying? It really does come down to your just general who are you, you know? I think. I mean, look at Jim. He said a lot of crazy shit, you know,
Yeah.
but he's got like, you know, a lot of viewers right now.
Yep. He's kind of like, I can tell in a way, kind of like cleaned it up around the edges a little bit though, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, that's like sharpening up for like what in his like the general kind of like long ass lifetime of what he's been doing, right? That sharpening up only happened in like the last 1%. So it's like you
I
know
mean,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
You're
I
right.
mean, when you really think about like the overall big picture of what he's, you can only delete your live so much. You can't like delete them to the point that people don't have them, that they can't use it as content. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I used to love when he was like totally like just, but I know he was geared towards something different then. He was just, feeding off the calls that were coming in and like loving his music, life, and whatever. Like it took a whole different turn, as it was going to have to for any type of true crime.
Yeah, I mean, I've always kind of like thought if you're like
I
gonna really
agree
do it right, you wouldn't ever have a comment. Your opinion. I think that if everyone wants to, if in true crime, you should not have an opinion. I think as a creator, let your like audience, your
Well,
chatters,
like
let
what's the
your
best
StreamYard have opinions. Be like, well, that's a good point. That's a good point. You know what I mean? Like freaking
most like professionals or whatever, like they'll tell the story and then they'll say, and I'm going to save what I think until the end and make
Mhm.
them wait for that. Like Christina Randall, some of the other, true crime, like more well-known channels. What's her name? Not Allie, Annie Elise, Tend to Laugh. A lot of those channels, like they give the facts and then they'll tell you their opinion. So if you don't want to hear
Gypsy,
that,
are you trolling right now?
yeah, I was gonna say Gypsy. You're absolutely right because I've always seen her in a really like happy mood for the most part, and so I know she's been hurting lately because she hasn't, been live or whatever. So you're right; she is very strong to do that to every day. Keep pushing through that.
DRS. What is DRS?
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh my God, that's weird you said that, Gypsy.
Tiny.
My ex, I talked to Dave about this. My ex's grandmother, she's gone now, but she found an old box in her closet, like the floor of her closet. And it had like a bunch of old stuff in it, like an old fashioned razor and like the shaving cream brush and like whatever. But it had a little silver box, like a little, I don't know what you call it, but like a little round tin, I guess, like a tin. And it had that in it. It had opium powder. Yep. And supposedly it was used to treat asthma. Can you believe that?
Oh no, the stories of drug use is
That
far and wide.
they would put their mouth or whatever over and just be asked to like just take one big breath in, and supposedly whatever was in that, I have no idea. It looked black to me. It literally looked black, but looked like some kind of brake dust or something. But that's what it said on it, and she was telling me this little whole story about back then. Like, yeah, you said it was in a very neat suitcase. And the label actually said it. Yep, this label, it had it on the bottom, and it had
I
like
think it was called laudanum, right?
what?
Laudanum.
I don't.
There
know.
was like an opium drink that was given to like everyone. Anyone had a problem, it was laudanum, and they were like giving like opium in like a drink. There was like what was that Kurt Russell movie, a western.
Oh, it had little bottles. Oh, cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Like freaking dude, it's been like around for a long ass time, but people abuse stuff. That's where I think right now is like a big deal, where it's like.
But the bad thing is, you know what? This is my opinion. The biggest crisis is like what we're seeing is street drugs, heroin, and
I don't think so. I think the biggest one is like the freaking medical, like
They
their
cut
pills are the
they have
biggest
cut
problem.
pills off so much that I promise you, like in little country areas around here where there's been so much crime and so much stuff, like they're not even focused on the right drug. They need to be focused on meth instead of other stuff. But they're really, still busting, doctors, making sure they're walking the fine line. Honestly, people like kind of similar, like to the story you told and someone else put in chat, people who, are used to taking medicine are getting like cut off suddenly. And someone who would never have used, heroin or used it in a needle or any of that are like desperate and turning to whatever. And that's
Yeah.
easier to find. You're not going to find a doctor to change their mind suddenly.
Yeah. If
So,
you like
I
did
mean-
the math, he like was cut off, and within 4 years he was dead with a needle in his arm.
Yeah, and I mean, you know him, so would he have normally done that if he would have continued
Hell
on
no.
his medication?
He fell off a ladder,
So it
Yeah, like-
happens all the freaking time. That I mean,
and that was back in the day,
Yeah,
And now, because of the opioid kind of thing and like the medical drugs that are out there, it is a thing that is like super on like doctors. Before they didn't give a shit. Yeah, you want it, you got it, right? Now it's like, wow, the microscope's on, social media's on. It's like freaking now. It's like if you fuck up, if I was your doctor and I ended up doing something, dude, your name is mud.
and you walk a fine line, making sure your patients, have respect for you and think you're doing everything you can truly to help them, and you're following your guidelines that you've been given, and that's a hard line to walk, I think, for them.
It is, and
Even
I think
the best
that is exactly
intentions.
what's happening right now. Is they're so cautious that they probably won't medicate you to the point that it could like be detrimental. Or in their minds, they want to like play in that. Well, you can deal with pain, right? I mean, if the doctor says, I think you can deal with it, and you're willing to like step away and like not that like be obstacle, I'm gonna go home, I will deal with it, right? If you can't deal with it, I mean, pain is pain, right? And if you can like go home and like and deal with it and like go on with your life, and you ended up not having to need anything more, well, then they won. But I think in her situation, I would be the first, if she can't deal with it, if you're at that point of screaming, then you got to go and like really push it. And that's where you get change. I mean, in her situation, if she's really she's in these lives saying, I am like at my wit's end. I'm insanely upset. I need help. I cannot. That would be, dude, call 911. If you're that stressed out and you're that much in pain, get help immediately and let the cards fall. I mean, if I was like super in pain, dude, I would be at the hospital going, fuck you, fix my shit, I'm fucked up. And like, I wouldn't like take no for an answer. You're not going to sit there and go, no, I'm not going to like treat you with like drug me up, motherfucker. Give me an epidural. I'm having a baby type shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to like, if you want something, make it happen. And if you can't do it yourself, get support. If you can't find a like family member or like a son, a brother, a father, or whatever, you gotta freaking like you gotta be going there screaming. I need something because I'm freaking tripping the fuck out.
Yep. Bust these kidney stones up or put me out. One of the two,
Right?
something.
Fix me now, bitch. And I think that in this environment where we're at right now, documentation is key. Like if you can't have a witness, you gotta have a camera. You gotta have a video going. I'm in here. I'm streaming right now to my live. that everyone's watching. I freaking want this to happen, and like watch the responses. Oh, you can't have a camera in here.
Yeah,
You
I was
know,
going to
hey,
say they would tell you to leave
security,
immediately.
security. No, fuck that. Try taking that away.
There are signs everywhere. They do not want you to have your phone even on.
Well, I think that I know should be challenged.
Because they're like, you could hear someone else's important health information in the background, or see if you're on FaceTime, you could see a person. You know,
Well,
blah,
you
blah,
sound
blah.
like a politician.
Oh, I'm just telling you about HIPAA. I don't. I got the fear of the Lord put into me every medical place I worked. So mommy needed to stay here. I didn't need to go away because of I talked about someone's health care. No. There's too much risk these days. Before we would even release someone's medical records or anything, like there had to be 18 signatures and notarized. I mean, it was hell to release a freaking.
So at one point, because everyone has a cell phone, right, in a hospital,
Mhm.
right? So like, at what point is it when she says, "Yeah, I'm filming right now"? When they like get like, well, you know, call security and like, you know, call the police, right? Would they do that? Would they call the police? Would they physically like take the camera out of her hand?
I don't know. I would think, if anything, just to kind of keep controversy down, and I'm totally guessing, I think they would just ask you to leave, and they would either call and cancel your next appointment, or you would get something on your little electric chart email saying, you know, we're going to be transitioning you out of our office. Your behavior in our office today is unacceptable, blah, blah, blah.
Well, not an office. You're talking about like going to like kind of an ER situation.
Yeah,
right?
I thought you were just giving an example of going into any doctor's office with like, yeah. I don't know about going into an ER. Like, they've always stressed me out so bad here. Like, I've had a lot better luck going to the bigger city to an ER.
What do you think, like, being that you kind of like have been in that environment, what does she need? From what you said,
I mean,
like, you know,
I guess I was lucky enough that I was able to, I guess they were able to get that one on that first try. Because it sounds like she has something left, and she'll get to see what that is soon. I think she said maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Sometime this week she was going to get to see, you know, what it looked like. If there's still, you know, parts that are pretty big and not broken up, then she can maybe, I would think, have that done again to break up some more. I don't know. I'm not sure what their next step would be. That's my thinking, but there could be some other something. I don't know.
What do you think about, like, okay, we're gonna give you
like triple
your hold on. What if the doctor said, okay, fine, you can have triple your Vicodin? Would you recommend that?
Like, for how long?
Like, just to, like, right now, like, she could go home with like triple her dose.
I wouldn't say triple it, and I might not even say do Vicodin. I might say use a different medication with it that would help it to work, you know, because sometimes just adding more, sometimes it helps, but not all the time. Sometimes, like, a doctor will write 2 different pain meds in conjunction with each other. So on like days when it's harder, you can take this along with your normal, and it boosts your whatever you're taking. You know what I'm saying? You're
right.
boosting
I think she's like prescribed like Vicodin right now, like as a common, like daily or whatever she's doing for her fibromyalgia, right?
Yeah, if you're taking
that's
that
kind of what I think. That's the way I interpreted it. You know, was that she was like having Vicodin like daily for her fibromyalgia thing, right? Mm-hmm. So now I have pain. I need a pain fix, right? So I don't know. I mean, how do you do as a doctor? How would you even like, approach it? How do you fix it? I mean, I feel like it would have to be in house. Like you're not like taking these drugs and like going home and whatever you're gonna do, if you're gonna take them or not. It would be like you have to be like in a bed in the hospital, and maybe even like an IV or something. Or like that when someone's pregnant and they're having a baby.
I mean, if you went to an ER and they acknowledged that you're in pain and weren't assholes and all that, they might give you something in an IV for pain, but it would be
right where you hit the button, like the pain is too much, and you hit the button, kind of thing, right? That's how I kind of feel like if she's feeling that way, she should be in like that kind of environment where, okay, the pain is tripping me out, and you hit the button and you get like a little more. You know what I'm saying? Where they can monitor what you're using as your remedy.
I mean, that's ideal, but a lot of places, and I don't know, she lives up north, I live south, but I can say, there are a lot of places that is the ideal medical solution, and there's a lot of places that is never going to happen. Like, you get treated like crap at an ER, period. Like, they're passing the hot potato around so they don't have to deal with it until they can hopefully get you till the next morning and be like, oh, your doctor's open, their office just opened, why don't you go ahead and give her a call? I mean, I promise you, they try to make you wait.
Pass the buck.
They try to make you wait until you're just like, fuck this, I'm leaving. Like, they really do treat people badly. I hate to say that because I know they save people's lives every day, and that's a great, amazing thing. They saved my kid. It's just also they turn people away who like really need help, and some people.
But I mean, actually, when I think about it, it's exactly how it should work. Is that if she's in that much pain, you go in there and you say, I am having major issues. Wouldn't the best thing would be to put her in a bed, hook her up to like an opiate type of IV that only gives you something when you hit the button, right? So basically, when she hits the button, they see what she's requiring to be comfortable.
Yeah, but I'm serious. You would have to.
That's how you would diagnose, I think, how you would prescribe.
That would be ideal, but I don't think that would happen. I mean, I don't know. Maybe now that things are starting to be the way they are, they'll start really looking at that, like from the patient and doctor standpoint. Like, yeah, this is covering us because we have a chart. We're watching, how there's a pattern. This is getting better, worse at this time of day, not whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because great. That's gathering more information for the patient. But I don't know that money-wise they're going to have that most ERs, or that they're even going to want to invest in that when it's easier for them just to be assholes. I hate to say it, but just.
No, it's true. And you know what's probably happening, right? In her situation, I think, when I contemplate what's going on in her life, she's used up her meds.
I mean, I don't know if she.
You get me? She's prescribed like her, she takes her pills, right? Which is probably like the Vicodin, her daily things, right? But if you feel pain, you're gonna take maybe 2 or 3, right? I feel better, but all of a sudden your allotted amount is gone. I think maybe she's there.
That's not the case because. And I'm just guessing, but most people that are on a management program, they have to consent to, all types of like med checks, urinalysis. They have to walk a fine line. I mean, it's crazy to think that, but yes, they're that closely monitored if you're getting any type of controlled med.
Well, they're not, because they're giving you like maybe 30 pills for that month, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
For Vicodin. Her Vicodin like allotment, and if you're like dealing with pain, they're gonna like, okay, and 2 feels better than 1, right? I can see in that situation abusing it. not in a
While
way that
on the
it's
you
really abuse, but I mean, it is actually pain management. I've I felt good until now they're gone, and now I got 15 days until I get my next fix.
but you couldn't. I mean, I guess you can do whatever you want to, but most people would not take the chance because they might get called in for a medication check, and so
No
they
one
could
cares.
call.
I don't know. I mean, I think of it more of like,
Some people don't care. I mean, some people may not be afraid of stuff. I'm afraid of everything, so I'm going to be that one who, I'm going to make sure everything's in order. So I don't know. I don't think. I don't know. I don't know the situation. I know that it's a lot of pain. And if you're already in pain on top of pain, I would probably want to just like punch people in the face. I don't know. I don't want to revisit that pain. And I like I said, I guess it's honestly one of the few times I've been lucky that it worked the first time.
yeah.
It sounds like hell if it didn't. And I know Forrest has had to deal with this more than once. All the Mountain Dew drinkers of the world apparently have had to at least
Drink more
it out
water.
one time.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
See, here is the conundrum about having a life. This right now, what we're dealing with right here, great experience for you.
Not really.
No, it is really. It's like priceless. Actually, this is exactly what happens when you open yourself up to the world. You open up that StreamYard and you let anyone up. That subject becomes your subject. You have to follow that out if you want to be like we're following it out to the very bitter end. Right now. Her subject coming up on live actually became our topic for how long now? I mean, this was supposed to be like part 2, right?
Yeah.
So not everyone can be BH singing songs. Yeah. You also have the other side of that, it's a conundrum. Great experience.
Yeah. I mean, last night I kind of designated more of when it started of I kind of just want this to be whatever, just to chill, whatever. So last night I wasn't really trying to do anything. And I think when we just restarted this, we were like, okay, we're going to do this. And we just so happened to be able to get dazed and, it just changed and it didn't end up being changed the title for another day,
Mm.
I don't know. I feel bad. I really do feel bad. But you're right.
I said I don't know at the same time you did.
Huh?
You said I don't know. I said I don't know at the same exact time.
Oh, I mean, I feel bad, but like you said, in a way, I don't know what different other than like talking less because I have a problem with that I could have done. So,
I mean, we could have just totally mic'd out, right? Just muted. Let her talk as long as she wanted to. What was her point?
Sometimes, I mean, maybe that's what.
There's no answer. No one in chat. If we just backed out, totally backed out, and said, "Okay, it's you. It's all you. Say your piece. Let chat answer your questions." I think she would also look at it like I was being ignored.
I think she's having a live now, so and I don't see anybody else moving in ours, so I think they might have went over there. I'm just guessing. I didn't look myself. I just know she did. She said she was at one point. Or Gypsy said she was. Let me see. I don't feel just.
Well, I gotta look at that live. I was like, is she talking shit about us?
Oh.
I can't believe she would. I mean, dude, who would actually freaking
so.
Dude, I mean, I thought we did a freaking the best you could do. I can't imagine any other creator she could go on that would like discuss it as far as we did and like tried to find remedies. You know?
It looks like it was just a scripture thing. That's all I can find anyway. But
Okay.
unless it's the only thing that's an hour ago. I don't see anything more recent.
Bye, Gypsy. Good to see you. Glad you were here. It was really cool.
Yeah, did she say something again?
Yeah, it was. I'm going to sign off
Oh,
and spend
okay.
time with my family. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
have a
Gypsy,
good-
don't trip so much. You know, freaking like
Have a good family day. And
sorrow is constant. I'll be back in a second.
if you get hot roofers, show them to us if they're coming back. Dave will be hiding in the bushes, trying to see what we're all going crazy about. I don't. Thank you.
Did you call me?
Did I what?
Did you call me?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you're like Dave. Dave.
No. That must have been.
I'll hook you up with what? You too. You too.
You.
See ya, Gypsy. Have a great day, Gypsy Soul. You too. I'll hook
You'll
you
never
up.
know.
What is I'll hook you up.
Yep. You'll never
Kylie,
know.
hey guys, you are fine. Mermaid and Dave, I think you guys are doing great. Still listening when I can.
Aw.
So you're not listening
Thank you.
24/7, 7 days a week.
Kylie has been like giving us the 24-hour support. I appreciate it.
That is so true. That is like the solid supporter right there.
Like when you
Respect.
when you and BH came in last night, it really like it put me into a more like calm, like I don't know, a mode I needed to be in. Like so, I'm glad.
Yeah, that was that is actually a stepping stone kind of thing right there. You know, and I really think that he'll be back because he wants to like sing and like do karaoke type shit, and you're into music, so you guys really have that in common, you know.
Well, and we
So-
have Kylie in common. She's gonna bring him back.
Boom.
Kylie. I said she's gonna make sure he comes back. We have her in common, so.
Yeah, I said that. I said boom.
Oh, okay. I thought you said
Yeah,
who.
like actually, it was like kind of like a end of your statement, and yeah, boom.
See,
It's true.
I'm slow, so slow.
You're not. See, this is what I'm saying. Like I've heard you say this a few times, and it's like every time that your consciousness says a negative thing, it takes like maybe 20 or 30 kind of subconscious affirmations to like correct that. You know, so every time that you like want to say something negative about yourself, catch yourself, because if you can't catch it, then you actually kind of like negate it. You know what I'm saying? Like freaking dude, think better about yourself. Like freaking dude, talk more positive. If you like think that I'm bad, you know, in a kind of like projecting that I'm an idiot, I'm an idiot or whatever, you know, dude, stop, dude, do not. I'm the best. I'm gonna like I am like statements. I am, you know, that's like priceless. You know, enjoy yourself. it sucks because it is really hard to change your mind, you know, but I mean, it is easy to do.
Yeah.
We should go back to like are we gonna like can you do a new live? Can we like do part 2 real quick?
Let me see. I need to see what time it is and who might be awake. Am I home?
You guys see that? Like anyone out there, you know, I guess
Yeah, hang on a second. You
that's
can,
actually listening, you know, hit that like, subscribe, and anyone in the future listening, do that also. You know, every little bit, every little chunk is a difference maker. And so we're like, she's gonna change this title at one point. This is not gonna be Nirvana Part 2, but that is like right around the corner. So we're gonna change it up and just like, you know, YouTube drama. That's the title of this live. Or YouTube learning. Actually, YouTube StreamYard learning.
okay. I found a kiddo that she's gonna have to come in here and look. I said, look and see. I should have plenty of time though. She is just gonna be about restarting it. So just do it. Name it the same thing, and I'm gonna, I don't know, put
Did
this
you
one
see
somewhere.
Kylie's
So I
last
can
message?
do what?
Kylie's last message says,
Oh,
"It's okay." Oh, she got a new one, but it's okay, Mermaid. You like me? Is that a statement? You like me? You underestimate yourself, girl.
you starting your own channel, and that takes a lot of courage and confidence. Aw, that's so sweet, Kylie. And you could do it if I could trust me. But you know what? I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't be doing it like this. I would, if you look back how inconsistent I was, I would probably be doing the same thing. Dave just came along and like kind of gave me a nudge and another one and you know, pushed me to want to come back, I guess. And like, I don't know, I got something like out of it and having y'all back to talk to because I didn't get to see a lot of you guys for a while. And just, I don't know, just having somebody to interact with, tell my stuff that I like, I want to talk about, and some of y'all might like it, hopefully. And I don't know, that's how I hope that it'll end up being. I'd
Did
never
you?
want anybody to feel bad, but I also know
No.
there's
Who
only
would?
a certain amount of whatever I can say or do, and maybe shouldn't say or do. So,
No,
like,
you'd be a
I don't know.
creep to not empathize. You know? Did
Yeah,
you see the last statement there at Mermaid?
yeah,
Yeah, that's sweet right there. I look up
yeah.
to you.
She's
Starting your own
awesome.
channel takes courage, confidence. I couldn't do it. Kylie, you can do it. You know,
Yeah,
we would be the first ones in your channel being as committed as we are right here. So, you know, if you ever want to do it, you know, let us know.
Yep. All you gotta do, let us know. And
So what were you saying?
I'll
Sorry
get
for
there
cutting
and
you off.
sing a song for you. I'll sing for you. Since I know you like that. You need like people singing. Can you, if I shut this live down, just start a new one? Totally, because we went off the rails on the topic and I'm gonna have to just rename it later. But start a whole new one and just name it the same thing.
What is it called?
Here, this should be okay. It's been plugged up.
You probably can.
All right, guys. You know, if you want to, you know, look because you're subscribed, I imagine. You know, which look for this new live coming up. We're gonna do Nirvana Part 2.
For real this
Starting
time.
it. Yeah, for real. For real. No StreamYard, just me. Should I drop down?
Yeah, she's gonna start this new one. So yeah.
All right. Peace.
Peace.